My room is a mess right now.
So, when we last left our intrepid investigators, our daring dreamers. Oh, that one kind of works. I like that.
Cool.
I don't know if that's one that Aaron suggested before or not.
I can't
Ah,
remember either. So
quick recap. You arrived at the town of Twinkletown to find that most of the population was dead, and the people that were still there told you that the Frizzi-Nocs had killed them. They had gone crazy in the night, and they were supposed to protect the villagers, but they didn't. They killed everybody. So, but some of the things they said seemed off. So you guys investigated and found dead bodies. Became more and more suspicious of these men who were still there, and finally um, found some children barricaded into a cellar who confirmed what you had thought. In the meantime, you're trying to deal with these Frizzi-Nocs that have infested the village. When you finally went back that evening for dinner to assuage the bandits' fears, is how Valrus put it. They drugged you. They tried to. Fernando was knocked out. The other two of you, Hutton managed to escape. Miss Eldridge was punched in the face by Clyde, knocked out, and uh, she also was captured. Here, let's try to disable the video again and then re-enable it. Um, Fernando managed to get four of the men chasing him killed. Or no, sorry. Hutton managed to get four of the men chasing him killed. Fernando and Miss Eldridge managed to escape from the room they were tied up in, and returned to the Frizzy farm. And after a night in the Frizzy farm, well, you went back to the Frizzy farm, where you came to the realization that the Frizzi-Nocs were probably not going to be terribly aggressive towards you if you had made friends with them as Frizzies. As you were finally going back to surrender yourselves to the bandits at the tavern, it had grown so dark by that point that the Frizzies started turning into Frizzi-Nocs. Fernando, realizing discretion was the better part of valor, and that the Frizzies didn't like him, he didn't think the Frizzi-Nocs would either, ran back to the Frizzy farm.
right.
Miss Eldridge had a nervous breakdown when she saw these Frizzies. They startled her so badly that she had amnesia for a short period of time. Um, and Hutton went about his business. That's all the recap I'm going to do because we're going to jump to Miss Eldridge. And again, I can't see your face. It's not coming up for whatever
No,
reason. Yeah,
Let's
that's
I
see.
really weird.
I don't know
Yeah, I
why.
got her.
What
But
about you guys?
Do
Can
I
you
you?
see
got
her,
you.
Sean?
Let me look real quick.
Sean?
Say,
Can't see me either?
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. I tried disabling the
You want
video,
me to?
re-enabling the video.
I
Yeah,
mean,
how about I'll do that. I'll turn it off and
Okay.
on again.
Yeah, you try it.
You
Still. Hey. Okay. Can
Hey.
you hear us?
see me now?
Yes, and can hear you. Awesome. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So
No
we're gonna
problem.
start with Miss Eldridge. So Miss Eldridge,
Okay.
after your little problem that you had with the Frizzy-Nocs and having amnesia
Yeah.
for about 30 seconds, um, you couldn't stand being around the Frizzy-Nocs anymore. You ran back to the Frizzy Coop as well. They did not pursue. Here's what you remember. Here's what we're gonna start with you actually. You wake up, Miss Eldridge. Your neck hurts. Your back hurts. You realize that you're lying on cold stone. As you look around and you're trying to figure out where you are, and then the memories start coming back to you. You remember running back to the Frizzy Coop and running into the booth and staying in there and refusing to come out. You remember Fernando trying to comfort you, and you just kind of doing kind of one of these to him. Not rudely, but just don't touch me. I don't want anything touching me
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
You remember lights being turned on and off in the coop. You're not sure of a lot of details. It's all real hazy. And you remember finally lying down and going to sleep and having terrible dreams. One of the dreams, you were in the coop and there were Frizzi-Nocs like all over the place. And Hutton was in there throwing levers or something. You're not sure exactly what was going on. But you've woken up now, and as you look around from where you're lying down on the ground in that little booth in the back, you can see the panel with the levers at waist height. You can see the window. There's broken glass. There's light coming in from the main area of the Frizzy Coop. You're lying in that little booth. There's no lights in this little booth, um, and that's what you can see. And everything's very quiet. What do you want to do?
Is it dark?
No,
What do I
no.
see?
The lights are on out in the Frizzy. Remember there were those magical lights out in the main Frizzy building. There's 6 levers that you can pull down that'll cover those up and make the Frizzy Coop dark. You remember the Frizzy Coop has no windows. But there's a lot of light coming in through this window that looks out on the cages. Remember, all those cages are in there. And this window
Mhm.
looks out onto it. The door, you got a door to your, if you sit straight up, there's a door to your right. You remember it leads outside. It's got a bar on it and all the bolts are on it. You got a door to your left, is wide open into the Frizzy Coop. And as a player, you are no longer temporarily insane or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that because that only lasted a short period of time. What do you want to do? That's
Is
what you
anyone
see.
here with me?
No, you're completely alone. It's very quiet.
Lights are on. Okay.
Yeah, right now you're still like laying down. So
Okay.
you can just see that the
Am I
lights are
hurt
on.
at all
Uh, you,
besides
you
sword?
have a giant bruise on your forehead. You have a terrible headache. Your forehead is all swollen
Okay.
up where Clyde basically punched you right in the forehead. That still hurts
Okay, yeah,
like
I'm definitely,
crazy.
holding my head
If you are missing any
like,
magic
and
points,
slowly getting up, like,
you probably have all your magic points back by now. It's been hours.
okay.
But you have not healed any. You have a major wound. It's not going to take you days to heal. It's going to take you weeks. We check every week before you start healing because that's what a major wound does. It sucks. So you don't get any hit points back, no health back yet.
Oh, right.
Because you
Well,
got hit
yeah, I'm at 3 hit.
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I heal myself with magic points?
Yeah, you could try.
Okay.
Give me a dreaming roll. The first one's going to cost you 1 magic point. Tell me if you made it. If you make it, you get a point back. Bum, bum, bum. Aaron,
Roll one.
it's
Ooh,
hilarious.
no. 75.
So that's a fail. Okay, that cost you
That's a
1
fail.
magic point. Just 1 magic point.
Okay. Can I try again?
Yeah. This one will cost you 2 magic points. Okay, so that's
I need to
3
get.
total so far that you're gone. Oh, it ended up on the floor? I thought it was just a fail. I'm empty.
Oh, yeah, still a fail.
Still failed?
37.
Okay, yeah, nothing happens.
That
So
was one other magic point.
2 more. Second time was 2
2
points.
more. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well then, after unsuccessfully doing that and not feeling better, I guess I will stand up and kind of peek my head out the door.
Yeah,
and
well,
see
you
what
could
I
also
see.
see out the window if you want to look that way. There's broken glass on it,
Mhm.
and there's some blood. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of blood on the window. So you still want to peek out the door?
Okay. Yeah, I'm peeking out the door
You
slowly,
see the
cautiously.
Frizzy Coop is completely empty. All the cages are open. Nothing's in them. The door at the end, the far end, is just wide open. You can see sunlight outside.
Okay, and I don't see any people or frizzies. Okay.
Nope.
Well, I guess if the coast is clear, then I'm gonna cautiously head out.
Okay.
Outside.
So you go over to that door and you look around. You see the wizard's house and the other buildings nearby, but otherwise it's very quiet. And you don't see anybody or anything from this doorway. Now keep in mind this is back from the street and there's a lot of buildings blocking your way to the
Okay,
main
is
street.
it like noon or what time do I think it is?
You start looking around, trying to figure out which way is east. You can see the sun is is straight ahead of you and up about at an angle that would indicate early morning or mid morning.
Okay.
Maybe about 9 a.m.
I check my pockets. Do I have my talking rock?
Nope, everything's gone.
Everything?
Remember? Yeah, remember? You
Oh,
were
I
held
have
by the
literally
bandits
nothing.
and they took everything from you. Yeah, right now you don't
And
have
we never
anything in
got
your
it back.
pockets, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
And you're standing in the doorway of the Frizzy Coop.
I guess I'll call out for Hutton and Jimenez.
Okay.
All their names.
Loudly, quietly. How do you
Quiet at first.
Hutton, Hutton, Jimenez,
Yeah.
Fernando.
Then a little bit louder.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm cautious.
How loud do you want to go? I mean, louder than speaking voice? Do you want to like really like shout, or are you just gonna call quietly to start with, or just call quietly?
I think I'll call quietly, and then if I don't get a response, I'll at least look at the tavern if I can and
Um,
head towards it.
to see the
Maybe trying
tavern,
to kind of be
you'll have to go up
stealthy-ish.
between the wizard's house and the house next door on one side or the other. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The
Yeah, I'll
angle of
sneak
it's
around
okay.
and do
You
that.
go
Look at the
around,
tavern, see if there are
you
people.
peek at the tavern. The back door is open, the door to the kitchen, because that's what you can see. That's on your side of the tavern. There's nobody there. You do notice a large group of men walking between the. Okay, you know how it's a T intersection up there? They're coming from this way. Here's the T intersection. Here's the tavern. Here's you on this side of the South Street. They're coming like this. There's a lot of men with big knives. One of them is holding a dog. Is holding Oyster. Two of them. One of them has an arm over each shoulder. Are carrying or dragging somebody. I'll need a spot hidden for you to tell who that is. Clyde's there with his battle axe, and in the middle of all of them is Hutton, and they all appear to have their weapons like aimed at him. How'd you do on that spot hidden?
Oh, I succeeded. 31 out of 49.
Valrus.
Regular success.
The two guys have Valrus. His feet are dragging. He looks like he's unconscious. And they're carrying him between them. These are all bandits that you see. You recognize all these guys. You don't know who they are. You don't remember their names. But these are all guys that some of them you recognize as men who attacked you. Some of them you saw in the tavern. That kind of thing.
Right.
So we're going to jump.
Okay, so
give you have a moment now to think about that. That's okay. You got a moment to think about what you might want to do. Hutton looks like he's a prisoner.
But Hutton is there, and
they're all pointing knives at him as they walk.
There.
Yes, Valrus and Clyde.
Fernando.
Clyde's not there. You do not see Fernando. You do not see Annyd. You don't see any kids. You don't see any Frizzies or Frizzi-Nocs.
Okay.
Fernando,
I'll just watch for now.
Give me a spot hidden. Dun dun dun.
I need a longer cord for my headset.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling.
I just made it.
You made it. You're just getting your armor on. You got your tomahawks. And you just happen to look out the window on the west end of the tavern. Okay? So towards the street. Remember, you guys are in the back bedroom, the master bedroom, which is on the southwest side of that building. So right over the back door, basically.
Okay.
Kind of. You just happen to look out the window when you see coming up the street this crowd of people. Hutton, bunch of men with knives. One of them's holding a dog. Two of them are dragging Valrus who appears to his head is just down. Clyde's in the front of them all. They appear to be heading back for the tavern main entrance.
Okay.
Annyd is just sighting along his sword. Does one of these. And runs his finger on the sword and brings it back bloody. And he just kind of nods and then he sheathes it as you look back into the room. The two children are standing in the hallway looking into the room that you're in.
All right.
Make me another spot hidden, but I need a hard success on this one.
All right. Nope.
All right. Yeah, that's what you see.
I let Annyd what I see. I let Annyd know what I see. I'm telling him what I see.
He pulls his sword back out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the children out of here. So I'm telling Annyd that.
Okay, yeah. He just nods at you. He's going over to the window.
Okay.
And then immediately he looks out and immediately he crosses the hallway to the front room on that end of the building.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I want to go up to the children. I'm gonna ask them to come with me. I'll even take them by the hand if they'll let me.
They look scared, but they're like, they don't know what's going on yet. So
I'm gonna I'm gonna head back down the steps I came.
Yeah,
up.
That's at the far end of the hall. You head down that way.
That goes towards the back door, right?
It goes to the kitchen and then the back door. Correct.
All right, that's what I want to do.
Penter was in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving.
Okay,
At this
head down the
point.
stairs. All right. Hutton. Clyde has your scimitar. He's tucked it in his belt. He's carrying the battle axe. As you're walking back, you can make a spot hidden, Hutton. I need one. I need two at extreme and a one hard. So give me an extreme first.
No.
Okay. Give me a second extreme.
No.
Give me one at hard. Tell me how you do.
No.
Okay. You have no idea what's happening.
Yeah. Two of them succeeded. They're just not
Right.
what you
Right,
needed.
right. I needed 3 different checks for 3 possible things you might have noticed. 2 of them are going to be very hard to notice.
Yep.
And the third one is more obvious. But it becomes, you don't even have to make the spot hidden for when, uh-oh, I don't have this. Aha. Oh, okay. What's and oh wow, I do need extra d6s. Okay, that'll be the.
Ew.
Ah, that's a shame. That would have been a hell of a lot of damage. An arrow flies from the tavern, narrowly missing one of the bandits. Actually, it missed him by quite a bit. And hits the ground near all of you. Somebody yells, "Sniper!" The bandits kind of scatter.
Hey.
They drop Valorous in the middle of the road, and they basically both go hit 2 different groups of 2 different directions. Except for Clyde. Clyde is running straight towards the tavern. What do you want to do?
It came from the tavern?
Yes, from the angle. You were walking, and since you didn't notice anything else, you weren't... I mean, you're not really looking carefully around you. You're just kind of like, well, shit, they got me. You see an arrow. It looks like it came from one of the upper front windows. It's at a real steep angle. And hit the ground on your... We're going to say on your left, because that would have been a better angle for him. It was aimed for one of the bandits on your left side. Further away from the tavern. And all the bandits are like running for cover because there's somebody shooting a bow at them.
And I'm right by Clyde, right?
No, Clyde was up
Clyde
front.
took off.
And as soon as this happened, Clyde ran straight towards the tavern.
Okay.
He might not even know what's going on behind him exactly yet because he didn't even look back. He just headed to the tavern.
Okay, yeah, my question, like, basically, as he runs off, I can't, like, I'm not near him as he runs off.
No, you were surrounded by bandits. He was leading the way back to the tavern.
Okay. What
do you want to do?
I'm gonna run with Clyde.
So you bust straight ahead towards the tavern as well.
Yeah.
Josie, give me a spot hidden, please. We're going to see if you know why these guys all of a sudden just broke and ran every single direction. All you know is they're walking, and all of a sudden, some of them are running your direction, some are running the other direction, a few of them are running back the way they came. They'll be covered by houses, and then Clyde and Hutton ran towards the tavern at a dead run.
But I didn't see the arrow?
No, you didn't see the arrow because you were watching these guys, and all of a sudden they just are going. I'll give you a listen check, though, too. See if you hear somebody yell sniper. They yelled something.
76.
They yelled something, but it was just like garbled. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden one guy yells, and then they just all burst in every different direction.
Okay, I'm definitely going to make sure I'm hidden, crouch even further when that happens.
Well, you were looking, I'm assuming, kind of peeking around the side of this building. All you have to do is kind of step back, and they're not likely to see you unless they go straight for the Frizzy farm for some reason.
And I definitely crouch down.
Okay, yeah.
Get as small as I can.
Yeah, there's some bushes or something around a lot of these buildings, little decorative bushes and things. Fernando.
But I'm still trying to watch what's
happening. Do you want to keep peeking? So you're still peeking, but you're just hiding in the bushes? Yeah, okay, you can do that. Yeah. Fernando, you come down the steps. Do you have a weapon in your hand?
No, I at least want to be leading the kids.
Oh, yeah, you got them by the hands. You come down the steps to the kitchen. You're ready. This penner's got to be in here, but there's Nobody's here. Nobody's in the kitchen.
Then I'm heading towards the back door.
Okay, so you book it towards the back door, across the floor. Actually, it doesn't make that much noise because these are really thick floors.
Okay.
So you run to the back door. Isabella, um, a couple of the bandits have kind of run in basically your direction, but they're more angled towards the tavern. And they head towards like the wall of the tavern. You see Clyde runs in. Moments after, like literally after Hutton disappears around the corner after Clyde, because Hutton's running after Clyde, you see Fernando run out the open back door with two kids down the stoop, almost loses his footing as he no, Fernando's dex is out the roof.
Yeah.
Zips down zips down, holding them up so that they don't freaking like trip and fall as they come down the steps too. And where are you going, Fernando? Quick!
No, I'm gonna take him to the Frizzy farm.
Okay, so
as discreetly as I can.
Okay.
So if if I gotta take the long way around to still moving at a good pace, but if I gotta go like the long way around.
Okay, so do you want to run behind the buildings on your side of the street between the
I
buildings
think so.
and the fields? Yeah, you could do that. Go straight back and then take a right.
At least a few buildings, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. One thing that I didn't mention and that I didn't realize that was even in this town before, but I do want to bring up is there are no outhouses in this town, obviously. But you have noticed midden piles back behind the houses. Like way back, almost in the field. So just FYI, those are there. They're anywhere from like a foot high to 3 feet high. Usually there's a shovel sticking in it or something like that. You know what I mean? They'll probably use this to fertilize the crops, but that's just a thing about this town.
Of shit?
Yeah.
Shit, garbage,
basically,
whatever they can use to fertilize. But yeah, there's no outhouses because outhouses are built over a deep, dark hole. I don't know if anybody can think of anything worse than a Frizzi-Noc coming at you out of a deep, dark hole trying to eat you. That would not be great. So it came to me that there probably would not be any outhouses in this town because no.
I bet this town has really fresh, clean air.
It's not too bad.
Smells great.
It looks like people have turned dirt over onto these middens at some point, but whatever. Anyway.
It's probably like a compost pile in a sense.
Yeah, it is. It's compost. It's poop. It's everything that they could later use. And they're probably circulated out into the fields pretty often. Right. Anyway, but yeah. Isabella, you see Jimenez run out the back door, practically carrying two kids as he hits the fucking, it's like 2 steps down, hits that. They're all running. The kids are falling behind, trying to keep up, having a really hard time of it as he is just running a straight line back from the tavern. So that's across the street from you as he's going to be running behind some houses there, heading south.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything?
Do I see anyone notice him?
No. One of the bandits is hiding by the well. Another one ran up to the edge of the tavern. So there's not a good angle, and they're looking up for some reason. You can see some other bandits have disappeared between buildings on the opposite side of the street. You don't know what happened to the bandits who ran back, the ones who had Valrus. And you don't know what happened to the bandit that had Oyster in his hands. You don't know you know that Clyde and Hutton ran into the front. You think they ran into the front of the tavern. You're not 100% on that. They could have just kept running.
Am I close enough to kind of whisper yell to Fernando?
You got 2 bandits that'll definitely hear you if he hears you.
Okay. Will they see me if I...
You don't know.
If I go the same way?
Yeah, you have to cross the street. You're on this side of the street. The tavern and Fernando's on the other side of the street. He's heading for you, where you're looking, kind of left to right, towards the south, running like hell. So think about what you want to do. How about that? I'm going to jump to Hutton. Clyde runs in to the tavern, Hutton. Mm-hmm. He looks around for a moment, and then he kind of and you come up behind him. I don't know if you want to do anything. But he doesn't seem to be paying attention behind him for the moment. He's moving towards the kitchen door. He has slowed down a little bit, so he's not just stomping across the floor.
I'm going to stay with him, but not like interact with him.
Okay, yeah. He doesn't really pay much attention to you. He goes to the kitchen door and he pushes it open. It's one of those double hinged doors. And he looks in there, and he's looking to his left. And you know that to the left is everything, the whole kitchen.
Yeah.
And you hear him go, Pinter! Pinter! And then he disappears into the kitchen. I mean, do you want to follow him? Not follow him? What's your call? There are some weapons in here that have been left behind, scattered about.
Do I see anything small enough that I could kind of hide it?
Yeah, there's a little knife.
Okay.
A D4 knife. Does 1d4 damage.
Yeah,
you can probably slip that under your tabard in your belt or somewhere, or tuck it behind.
I was just gonna like scoop it up and just be like kind of palm it with the blade across.
Yeah, you could definitely do that with this.
Yep.
And the door went. He went into the kitchen.
Is that where you go upstairs?
You do remember there are a set of steps up in the kitchen, if you recall correctly, and there's no steps out here in the tap room.
Okay. I'm going to hold position for now.
Okay, so you're just hanging out do you want to any place in particular in the tap room? There's a few
right
tables
by the door to the kitchen.
Oh yeah, okay, right next to the door. There's a nice spot there. You can lay an ambush if you want. So you hear movement happening in the kitchen, and after a few moments you hear like a whispered conference between at least two people. Is Miss Eldridge? I know where Fernando wants to go. What do you want to do? Oh, I can't hear you.
Him and
say that again, please. I can hear you now. Say that again.
I kind of want to follow him.
Okay.
But sneakily behind. Like, also, if I can go the long way, the other way behind the other bandits. Oh, yeah. So hopefully they don't see me.
If you want to follow him, you'll be moving away from the tavern and the bandits. If you want to like stay on your side of the street but head the same direction as he is, you know what I mean?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, then the bandits are up there, and if you just go back behind the houses and head down that way, you could go that route.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Fernando, you've passed two houses, and you can, if you wanted to here, you're just barely south of you see the wizard's house between the gaps in these two houses. You know what I mean? Okay. Across the street. Is this where you want to cross? Do you want to go further?
No, let's cross here. That's fine.
Is it just a dash again?
And when we're getting to the street, yeah.
Okay, okay.
If I gotta pick up the slowest kid.
The slowest is definitely the boy. He's a little chubby. He's a little overweight.
He's the youngest too.
He's
right?
crying. So. Yeah, he's the youngest. He's just crying right now, kind of sniffling and snorting. It's probably been a very painful run for them, as you're just dragging them along for the most part.
Right. So I'll try to scoop him up in my arms and take him across the road.
What's your strength? Let me see what their size is.
60.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You're much stronger than he is, than his size. You could scoop him up and kind of either put him on your, grab him. How do you want to grab him like this?
I was gonna like fireman carry him.
Okay, so just both my arms. Oh, both your arms? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of I don't know how to actually do it, but pull him up and then scoop under his legs and
yeah. You're just picking him up and then just going and trusting the girl to keep up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You dash across the road. Do you want to actually run into the Frizzy farm?
Yeah. Well, once I get across the road, I'll stop and I'll at least check and make sure
she's right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah. And what's your movement rate? What's her movement rate? She's a little slower than you, but she's running really hard to keep up. So she's going to be a little behind you, but not more than a couple seconds.
That's fine. But like I say, I'm still, once I get across the road, I'll at least wait for her to catch up with me, and then I'll head directly towards the Frizzy farm.
You head towards the Frizzy farm when a figure steps out from behind the wizard's house. Oh my God! Make me a sanity check, Fernando. This is what we're going to use for this. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to move my dice tray.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Oh.
Did you make it?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Oh my God! Who the hell is it? It's one of the bandits. It's got to be one of the bandits. Okay, so Miss Eldridge, you were coming south. You come around the corner. When whipping around the corner comes Fernando, carrying a child, another one close behind, and then he's like, ah! Like that when he sees you. Completely startled, almost drops the kid. Fernando takes you several seconds to realize that's Miss Eldridge, not a
Okay,
bandit.
that's a woman, at
Yes,
least.
that's a woman. Yes,
Right.
it's definitely not. It's not a
Yeah.
bandit. But for like almost 5 seconds,
Right.
you're like, this guy's gonna murder me now and the kids. And you could
Yeah.
just in your head, you could see the knife in his hand, and he had this look on his face like. But there's Miss Eldridge just smiling at you. Am I wrong?
And I go like, it's okay, Fernando. But I'm not too loud. I'm kind of
Okay.
whisper yelling-ish. And Fernando,
Oh, I'm going to the Frizzy
where are you
farm
going? What are you doing?
to get these kids safe.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let's make sure nobody sees us.
You're in a good spot for nobody to see you. All you have to do is walk a few yards to the Frizzy farm from the back of the
Okay.
wizard's
Great.
house and inside. Doors
Do
wide
it.
open, lights are on, all the cages are empty. Yeah, you're inside. You guys are in the Frizzy farm.
When we get in there, I'm gonna ask him, where are the Frizzies?
Do I know that answer? I don't think I do.
Hutton took the Frizzies last night.
Oh,
Returned.
yeah, okay.
So he can tell. Do you want to tell her this? You want me to summarize?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Wait, which one? Do you want to tell her?
Yeah, do it in character.
I honestly can't remember
Okay,
what
okay.
happened. When you did say Sean like took him in that night, I remembered
Yes.
that part.
So
but yeah.
the night before, he tells you that Hutton took him the night before, but then came back with all the Frizzies in town, or a lot of them, put them all in cages, and then the next morning Hutton left again, came back with a couple thieves. Wait, had you left by then?
Yeah, I can't remember that. Like,
Okay, I don't think that you saw that.
I might have left.
All
I might have
you
left
know
by
is
then.
that they were all here. Last you saw them. Hutton
Okay.
brought them all back and changed them all to Frizzies and stuffed them all in cages. You don't recall. I should have skimmed over the role playing journal.
Yeah, I
had
should have.
time.
You're right. No,
I
that's what
listened
did.
to it earlier.
Is that what you did?
Last night, but I didn't catch that detail.
I feel like Fernando was gone by the time Hutton came back with the two thieves.
Yes.
That he punched one, and
Yes.
then later when Fiscal came, Hutton was the only one there as well, except for Miss Eldridge, who was still sleeping, because she was like sleeping the sleep of the righteous. Like you were out. You were just I can't deal with this. I'm sleeping.
She had
Is
the
what
ring
your
of
body
apathy.
did to you. Say again.
She had the ring of apathy on.
Yes, the ring of apathy. So you were just out. So yeah, that makes sense. So that's the last you remember that all the Frizzies were here, Fernando.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought the kids would be safe here.
And now there's no Frizzies.
But they still can be. So like I'm taking them towards the back room then.
Okay, yeah, they'll follow the children. Well, do you put the boy down, or are you still carrying him?
Yeah, I'll put them
Okay.
down. And
Okay.
we can walk now that we're in a building and
Yeah.
everything. We don't have to run. So
So what are you doing? Give me the one
yeah,
last
I'm
thing
gonna
to do before we cut away.
take them towards the back room, and I want to show them which levers lock the main doors if they
Okay, yeah.
feel
No,
like
they don't know. They've never been in the control room before.
right.
Yeah, you close the door that's open then? Is that the plan? Or what?
Yeah, I'll show them that. But I do want to head out, and I think I want to head back to the tavern because I know Annyd's still there.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so it's been a little while, so we're gonna have to deal with Hutton here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Hutton, you okay. I'm gonna let you guys make rolls for me. You heard a hushed conversation take place somewhere in the kitchen. You couldn't make out the words. You think it's on the far side. And then you heard footsteps climbing the stairs to the second floor. Then you heard a shout at the top, like ah. Let me figure out who's in this little fight that's going to potentially happen here. We're going to put a big circle there, a circle there, and a circle. All right. So who wants to roll for Annyd at the top of the steps with the greatsword, trying to murder somebody who's come up on him?
I'll do it.
Okay. Give me roll me percentiles and tell me what you roll, just like you're attacking.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
004.
04 is an impale. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I'm
Yay.
guessing this sword
I
actually
helped.
impales.
Kinda.
So, yeah, 04 is definitely an extreme success. I don't have enough dice. Hold on. So with an impale, that means he does max damage plus damage. Um,
Yeah.
so
You're
oh my
welcome, Loren.
god.
Oh, it's about to get nasty.
I assume I'm helping you out sort of in a way.
Plus
Indirect.
damage. Plus oh god.
Unless he's attacking you.
Another
Can't
10.
see why he would.
Oh my god. I almost maxed out on his damage here. So,
Wow.
I have to actually do math. This is a lot. Annyd is kind of good with the great sword. Plus 16. So, wow. Okay. Yeah. Um you hear like that. And then like a chunk, and then somebody falls down the stairs. Um Aaron, roll me percentals. Tell me what you get.
Ooh, I rolled a 41.
41. You hear a scream. There's more clunking as if something dropped has fallen down the steps as well. And the sound of bodies falling down the stairs.
I hear that all the way at the Frizzy farm.
No. This is only Hutton.
This is what I'm hearing.
Oh,
This is while
rolled
you
the
two are
41.
hooking up. While you're making your run, you guys are connecting and then talking in the Frizzy farm for a few minutes. So Hutton's
Okay.
going to have some time here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you hear. You hear like a cry, like a wail from the bottom of the steps. Somebody is trying to get up. Give me, Isabella. Give me another roll. Make a roll for me.
Oh, 82.
82. And then you hear really heavy footsteps coming down the stairs for Hutton. Thump, 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 fast.
Okay.
No. You hear that.
Wait.
I have
Is
You're not there.
Fernando already at the
You guys,
tavern?
no. You guys
No,
are not
no,
there.
no.
This is taking place
Okay,
during
because
all
I
the
still
stuff
want to
that
talk
you.
to him before he leaves.
Right. This is taking place during all the stuff
Okay.
you've already done. This is just Hutton.
Okay.
All right, Hutton. So you hear the footsteps coming very briskly down the stairs. You hear somebody shrieking, "No! Do you want to do anything in here?
I'm going to move into the kitchen.
Okay. There's a lot of blood. At the bottom of the stairs, Penter is under Clyde's bloody body. Clyde looks bad. Like, there's the gaping hole going right through the center of his chest. He's not moving. You can't tell if he's breathing. He's on top of Penter, who's struggling to get him off. Annyd is coming down the steps with this great sword, and it looks like he's getting ready to just decapitate Penter completely, just kill him. Now, also, there's a lot of blood on Annyd, like splashed on him.
Damn.
I'm
If I
going
was
to
there to
walk
see
up
that, I'd be
to the.
impressed.
I'm going to walk up to the body of Clyde.
Okay, you're going to be walking right into Annyd's path if you do.
Can I stand to the side of it?
Yeah, you can stand to the side.
Yeah, I'm going to stand to the side.
Okay, this is combat right now.
Yeah.
So you can't do much. You walk over and do what?
Look Pinter in the eye. Can I reach for my scimitar?
Yes, it's still in Clyde's belt.
So I'm going to look him right in the eye and just pull the scimitar. And
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. Annyd comes down the stairs and he's just like to Penter. Apparently offended that he was held captive.
We don't know
Josie,
what they did. We don't know what they did to him.
Josie,
We
do
don't.
To
you
capture him.
want to make another roll for the Annyd's second strike? Penter does not get to fight back or dodge because he is immobilized right now, so it's really not much of a chance that he can do much. But Clyde is like
10 and a 5?
a 10 and a 5 is a 15.
Is that 15?
That's not that is an extreme. Okay, so yeah.
Yay!
So our damage starts at 22. So I don't really have to roll.
Alas, ye Penter, we
8.
knew the not that very
Apparently he could talk because he's screaming. 8 and another 15. 22 and 15 is 37 points of damage. He just lops his head right off.
Damn.
You get sprayed with blood, Hutton. So does Annyd. Who turns your way with the weapon and looks at you, and it looks like it takes him a moment to recognize you. And he goes, "Where are the others?" And we're out of combat at that point.
They scattered.
Okay. He crosses in front of you towards the back door very
as
carefully.
He's leaving, as he's walking out, be like, "Don't kill the dog."
All right.
Oh.
I've been watching a lot of Venture Brothers lately, by the way. So
I will.
they're dead. Both of them are very dead. You got a lot of blood on you. Hutton, you probably better give me a sanity check
Oh
for
boy,
these vicious,
I was
brutal
gonna
murders.
this is gonna
Hold
suck.
on.
That really does seem like one. I was thinking the same.
These aren't
That
friends,
is
so
a failure.
it's not going to be as much because they're not friends. You would actually consider them enemies.
Oh yeah, if
So,
I could have done this, I would have.
2 points. You lose 2 points of sanity. It was particularly brutal. He apparently stabbed Clyde right through the chest viciously. Are you at 0?
Oh boy, no,
Oh,
I'm
good.
at 9.
Oh no! You better not see anything else terrifying. And then he just freaking lopped Penter's head off. Penter was just screaming
Like
"No, no, no!" And he just walked up and just like,
I know
like it didn't matter. Like it didn't matter at all.
in nearly cold blood.
Like a
It was
berserker
cold.
something.
If he'd have been on his
Oh.
knees begging, it would have been worse. But he wasn't that. So yeah, there's Clyde gone.
I imagine maybe you're kind of scared of him now. I don't know how
Just
your
remember, Annyd is a
character's temperament
very
is exactly,
rough
but
person from the Dreamlands. You guys
Yeah.
are from the 19th century.
Yeah,
You have more.
This is-
You're more sensible. You don't just murder people.
yeah. If Isabella was there, she'd be terrified of him
and
and impressed.
Loren's already done some killing, so it's just kind of like a. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
Loren got off easy with not having to do sanity checks for that. But I figured
Yeah,
these people were trying to kill him, and he didn't actually pull a trigger or stab.
yeah.
And he didn't see it. He saw the aftermath each time. He
Yeah.
didn't
Right.
actually see the deaths. So I didn't bother with those. But this, you watched this guy just hack this guy's head off as he's shrieking in terror. It's disturbing.
I'll slowly exit the tavern out the same door.
Okay. Yeah. You
Like
come here.
I'm
That's
gonna
what you
let
hear
him
from
get like a
outside.
good 100 yards on me.
You have to wait a while then.
Yeah.
Unless you're-
Oh, I
What?
rolled an 06 for a listen check. If I heard you
No.
over there,
You guys are deep
Okay.
inside. This is
Okay.
right after you guys entered, have walked to the booth, and are
Yeah.
It still
started to
would've-
talk.
All right.
Is the
Yeah.
way I'm going to say it's going to be happening in my head
That's
because
fine.
it's not going to overlap y'all's what you've already done for sure.
Okay. I guess.
You will probably hear some screaming. Annyd is did you tell him? Oh, the kids would have told him. He probably had some interactions with the children. He knows these are brigands who wiped out this village. So yeah, he's not really in the mood for like chit-chatting with these people. And he's angry. He's tied to a bed for hours. He is pissed. Think Brock Sampson is all I got to say. So yeah, these guys are in some deep shit. Hutton, yeah. Yeah.
You might want to go back inside.
Well, I don't know what you might want to do. How far back do you want to stay from him? There's an altercation happening near the building.
Oh, I'm not outside yet.
Okay. Yeah, Clyde and Penter are there on the ground. The door to the cellar's open. Um, so you're just gonna wait in the kitchen? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'm basically kind of
Okay.
listening until it dies down.
Okay. Okay. So there will be a fight right outside the tavern. Um, let's go ahead. Who wants to be Isabella? You can continue rolling for Annyd. Fernando, if you want to roll me for this poor guy who is going to try to fight back,
All
this
right.
bandit.
Ooh.
Buddy.
I rolled a 28.
28. Okay, Isabella, what'd you roll? I just need the percentiles. I'll deal with all the damage and stuff, but I want to give you guys a chance. Oh my god, that looks really good. Is that really good?
I got a 1 and a 00. Is that 100 or
No, that's a
One. That's an
one.
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 the 1?
That is a
I
critical
don't know why I
success.
can't.
It bypasses armor. I forgot the armor on these two guys, but it wouldn't have mattered with 40 points of damage.
Why
It's not
am
going to
I
make any
rolling
difference.
extremes
So
like
Because
okay,
it's
so
3 in a
it's
row?
not that important.
Josie, the
What the
easiest
hell?
way
Not
to
for myself
read
though.
Josie, the
Huh?
easiest way to read the percentile dice, the one that has 2 digits on every side is the beginning of the number.
Okay,
yeah.
and
Yep,
then the
yep.
tens one is the okay.
Now, the
I
only
really
exception to that is if it's 1-0 and you also roll a 0,
Oh, here we go.
that's not 100. That's 10.
You rolled an 01, so this guy's
What?
dead.
All right,
wait.
I'll show you.
If it's 3
Yeah,
zeros,
Let's not
that's
worry about this
100.
right now.
3 zeros is 100. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
But otherwise,
Yep, that's 10.
that's a
10.
1. Okay. Wow.
So Annyd cuts
That's
down another
critical.
one very easily.
It's weird.
Very close to the tavern, Hutton. Yeah,
Legendary.
you hear somebody running away. He's like, "You come back here!" And then you hear his footsteps run off somewhere.
Okay.
Towards the front of the building. It sounds like down at this east end or west end. Sorry, the west end by the road, and then towards the front of the building. Um, it it other you can hear other bandits like, "Oh no! How do you get away?" They're starting to shout and scream. Meanwhile, back at the
Frizzy
Frizzy
farm.
Farm, you showed them how to open and close the doors,
Okay.
the levers that control the doors, so they know how to lock themselves in if they need to be. Fern is watching very carefully. Dolphin um, is sitting on the floor and maybe paying attention.
Yeah.
He's 9 years
He's
old.
like, what?
Had a hard day.
Okay.
He's had a rough few days. So yeah. Did you? What's going on? What did you want to say, Isabella? Fernando had Fernando said he was leaving.
No, but I will be telling her now. Say, hey,
Okay, okay.
I left Annyd at the tavern. I'm gonna go back and make sure everything's okay with Annyd.
Okay, wait. Just slow down for a second.
If you want to stay with the kids, but I'm going right now.
Right now? Well, wait. Just
No, I'm
Hang
going
on.
right now.
right now? What?
Do
I
you
just
turn
want to
and
know
walk
what
away?
happened and
I'm
are you
starting to
hurt
move.
at all?
Okay, he's walking away from you as you say this.
No, wait. Don't leave.
I'm
Are
all
you
right.
hurt?
I'm all right. I'm not leaving Annyd alone.
Should I come with you? I'm not
You can
feeling
keep
great, but
You can keep the kids safe. That's fine.
Yeah, she has.
how do I know
this-
you're gonna actually make it back?
I'm sure they would like.
He's
someone...
walking as he's talking. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Over his shoulder at you.
Okay. Yeah, as he's walking, I'm still kind of yelling to him to try to get information, but I am gonna stay with the kids.
Okay, that's fine. That is
Okay,
legit.
well, come back. Just come back. Please be
Okay.
safe. Be careful.
Do you
and
give her
come back
one last
very
look
soon,
before
okay?
you walk out the door, Fernando?
Sure. Why
Try.
not?
One of those look back, smile at her confidently, and head
Yeah,
out.
she sighs
Be
in
right
frustration. Like, oh my
She
god,
sighs in frustration.
these men. And I'll close the door to the booth thingy
Oh yeah,
and
You can
make sure
close
it's
it
locked or
and
whatever.
bolt it and put the bar on
Stay
it.
in there.
Yeah, you guys are sealed in. It's pretty tight.
Okay. I'll sit down with the kids and comfort them and ask them questions, get information about what they went through, and
What do these other lovers do? That's what Fern's asking you. The little
Oh.
girl. There are pictures of the children in in-game chat, Josie, if you want to look at them. Fern is blonde, maybe 10 years old, very cute, small, dark eyes. She's wearing like a bonnet. Her clothing's a little dirty and askew. Um, the boy, actually, you don't know either of their names. And they haven't introduced themselves. So that's the girl. The boy has dark hair. He's a little chubby. He's a little younger than her, you think, wearing a floppy hat and dirty, farmy kind of clothes. And
Cute.
he's just sitting there.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
adorable.
he's just sitting there. He's like, obviously, he's had a bad time for a while now. But Fern is looking
Okay.
at the panel and wants to know, what does this do? What does this do? She's kind of very like all business right now. What do you want to do?
Okay.
How do you want to handle this? How do you want to handle these kids? What do you want to do?
I
What do you
guess
want?
I'll answer their questions as best I can. If I know the answer, I'll tell them,
You remember that two of
you
the
know, this
levers
one.
that are distinct control the door at the far end and the door here next to the booth. You remember that the
Okay.
six
Yeah,
other ones that are distinct control the lights, turn them on and off. And then the others open and close the cages. All the cages have been thrown. They're all pulled. And you can see that all the
they're all
cage
open.
yeah, and you can see all the cage doors are open right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just relay that
Okay,
information.
yeah.
I'll tell her
She's
everything.
paying very close attention apparently. Um,
Good.
she goes, "Where does
Yeah.
that go?"
I'll do it
And
in
she
this
points at your feet
way.
where there's like a
I'll make.
grill. There's a large grill in the floor, very solidly made, like a ventilation type of grill, but it's like thicker than a ventilation grill. You know what I mean? Like you could walk on it and you don't really even notice you're walking on it unless you think about it.
Okay.
And it's
Hmm.
big. It's good sized.
I
You don't know.
I have no idea what that could be.
It's a
I guess I
grill
look
of
at it
some
for a
kind.
second.
Yeah, you hadn't really noticed it before.
Confused.
It doesn't stand out if you're not looking for it, and it's not real. There's no lights in the booth. It all comes from outside in the glass. So
Does it seem like? Well, this is like the control booth, so it
yes,
wouldn't be any kind of draining system, I
you don't
imagine.
think so? No.
Very strange. Yeah, I'll ponder that for a second.
Okay.
Um, I'm trying to be comforting and calming to the kids. They're not freaking out or anything. How's the boy?
Dolphin's just kind of like sitting on the floor, like staring straight ahead. His face is red. It looks like it's wet, like he was crying recently, but he's not currently crying. He just
Maybe I
appears to be very.
roll a psychology?
Oh yeah, you could roll psychology. Yeah, that's a great idea actually. Uh oh, she froze. Can you still hear us? There she is. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I
That's okay.
failed.
You failed? Okay. So whatever you think is what you think. There you go. There you're
I
back.
I think he's freaked out and
Okay.
needs to be comforted.
Yeah,
If
you can
if he
comfort him
wants a
if you
hug,
want.
I'll give him a hug.
How do you find out if a child wants a hug? I mean,
I ask him.
he doesn't. He
I
doesn't
ask
even.
him if he's
He just
okay.
kind of looks at you and then he looks and he starts stares straight ahead again.
Okay. I'll just put on a soft voice and try to get information and ask him.
Why are you asking him? Is what Fern says.
Well, I just want to make sure that you both are okay.
He's not okay.
Um,
He's 9.
I can tell.
It's been very
He's
hard
what?
on both of us. Okay, we're gonna cut away from you, Josie.
Well,
But think about that, and you can
okay.
have a discussion with Fern here in just a moment because she'll talk to you, even though she's still kind of studying
Okay.
these controls. Fernando,
All
what do
right.
you want to do? I mean, walking, running, like where are you going? What's the plan?
I'm not running, but I'm at a quickened pace. We'll
Okay, yeah.
say that, just kind of casually jogging. But I'll just head out onto the street and head down the
Um,
street
you,
towards the
you
tavern.
can't help but notice a corpse by the tavern that appears to have been like chopped. His head is not connected to his body anymore by anything legitimate.
Okay.
There's a lot of blood. It's basically towards the back door, like somebody was right beside the building. Um, there are some shrieks and yells coming from your left, towards like up the street, um, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling out for Hutton. Hutton, where are you?
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, Hutton, where are you? You're in the kitchen still?
I'm in the kitchen.
You hear this. You heard the scream of somebody and a chunk and no more
Mm.
scream outside. And then people running away, as I told you, towards the front of the building. Um,
Someone dropped a sack of potatoes.
you're not sure what it was. Well, you're pretty
Oh,
sure what
I
it
know
was.
what it was.
And then
I
few
know.
moments later, as you're trying to collect yourself, you don't want to go out really and look at the body that you probably guessed that you think is probably there. And you hear Jimenez call your name from out in that general direction.
I'm literally coming out of the kitchen with blinders on. Just
You're literally doing this with your
oh
hands. Yeah, Hutton looks shaken, white as a sheet, very sweaty, even
oh
for this. Like his hands, holding his hands up by his head, but they're shaking.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
I'm gonna
something happened,
all right,
and
I'm gonna
it's
go right up to
oh, and
Hutton then.
he's got more blood on him.
He's covered
Covered.
in blood.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I'm gonna run up yeah, I'll run up to Hutton then, and then I'll just grab him and here, come with me, come with me. And
E-
I'm gonna lead him back to the Frizzy farm then too.
I'm just gonna say, Enid's out.
I know.
Enid, Annyd,
Oh,
Enid.
Enid. I'm sorry. Yeah, Clyde's dead.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's get you back to the farm.
Okay, yeah, you guys can get back to the farm without
Yeah.
problem. Um,
And once I get him back to the farm, then I'm going to head back out and I'm going to try to find Annyd and see
okay,
what's going on with
so we're gonna deal
Annyd.
with Isabella. You got a couple minutes before they return because this happens pretty quickly. But Fern says, Fern says you said you have questions, and she just kind of is waiting to answer. To yeah,
Yeah.
say that again.
Um,
You're breaking up a
what
little.
happened? Eh,
Bandits came.
okay,
They,
now?
yeah, I can hear you now. Bandits came. And they attacked our town. And they killed everybody. I don't know why. Dolphin and I were in
Hmm,
the cellar at the time when let me grab a name for you.
right.
She
Yes,
says
my
when
companion
Ingrid.
Fernando told me about that, I think, or Hutton
No,
did.
I never asked him any questions, so she's giving you all the information right
Uh,
now.
oh,
Nobody talked to these
no, I knew
kids.
about them.
You guys locked up the
Didn't I
yeah.
know
You
about them?
knew there were kids
You
in the
knew
basement.
right.
Yeah,
Nobody talked to them. You guys all just kind of like well, okay,
okay,
that's awesome. Kids in the basement. So
I
right.
figured they
I
were in
knew
a
they
safe
existed.
place.
That's it.
there were
Okay.
many of them. Ingrid, is it Ingrid? I was down in the basement getting I don't remember what for my mother. Dolphin was down there because he's lazy and was trying to find a place to sleep, and she like kicks him in the foot. He doesn't pay any attention to it.
Hey, none of that.
And so Ingen came to the door when we started hearing noises outside, and he grabbed his mace and he said, "Stay here," and he slammed the door. And that was the last that we heard of him, except for screams. And then nothing. And we figured that, well, when night falls, things will be different. And they were. And we heard the screams of the bandits
Yeah.
that night. The many screams of the bandits as the Frizzies dealt with them. After that, we figured they were all dead, but I decided we should wait in the cellar just in case to make sure. When one of them came into the inn the next morning, I don't know how he survived. Dolphin here made noises like a Frizzi-Noc. Scared him off. But they barricaded us in. We've been trapped there for days. Then your friend came and decided to leave us there, trapped in the basement, in the cellar. She would say cellar, she wouldn't say basement. To leave us trapped in the cellar. He said that we'd be safe, but he'd come back for us. So when we heard the stuff moving, we heard the things that they had barricaded us in the cellar with moving, we thought, oh, he's come back. But it wasn't him. It was these terrible people. And then they dragged us to the tavern, and they put us in a room, and they told us if we tried to escape, they'd kill us, just like they did our parents. So that's what happened.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Thank
Are
you.
are
Are,
you okay
is anybody
now?
left alive from the village? My parents worked in the merchant's shop. I lived there. Are they alive?
Uh,
Is anybody left alive?
I'm not quite sure
Just then,
where the situation is at now. Okay.
Fernando and Hutton burst in the main door.
Mm,
You see that. Well, it's way across the room. It's not like, ah, but you see them come in the door. Um, Fernando seems to be helping Hutton. Hutton's got his hands up like this, like kind of covering the sides of his face, and he is a mess. He looks like he has seen something terrible.
okay. I assume the main lights in the main room are on.
Yes, all the lights are on right now,
Yeah. Um,
and
there's
Fern
no
looks that way as well.
control for the main door, is there, to close and lock the
Yes,
door? Or
there's two
okay.
levers. One runs the main door in the back, and one runs the main door in the right. You know
Okay.
which is
Yeah,
which. You
once they're inside,
close it.
I'll close the door
Yeah,
for them.
ka-chunk. The door. You hear the
And
door slam behind you guys. You hear a lock click as it latches itself.
I open the door to the booth thing
Okay,
so they can
you gotta.
come in.
Okay, yeah, you pull off the bar, pull back all the bolts, and push the door open. Yeah. So
Uh
Hutton and Jimenez, are you gonna go back to the booth?
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
gonna be like, oh, open the door back up. I got to go back out there, and Ned's still out there.
Fern reaches over and
I
pulls the lever and opens the
I
door.
wait.
All right, and I turn right back around and I head out there. So
Barn, what the hell?
He has to have the door open.
I give her a dirty look.
I thought it would be rude not to open
Hey,
it for him, even though he left me locked in a cellar. It's just you hear yell out the door.
well, I wanted to
I
just
did
talk
hear
to him for a
it.
second. Didn't have to do that right
Actually, no, I
then.
didn't.
Who is Annyd? Is he that giant man? The sweaty one that smells like goats?
Oh yes, Annyd, what happened? He's not in there, is he?
No, and it's not here. You
No.
haven't seen Annyd.
Okay.
You haven't seen Annyd
Yeah,
since since he kind
We
of disappeared. You had no idea
forever
what
ago.
happened to him. Yeah, he was tied
Yeah,
to the bed.
since we got here.
He broke it trying to escape. They tied him to it and to a lot of other things. I saw him just for a
Uh,
little while. I had to
oh,
feed him. He tried to bite the bandits. He smells.
interesting. I guess I'm not surprised. He's a wild one. Um, I kind of thought he might be dead. Honestly, haven't seen him in so long. I'm glad he's still okay, I guess. But um, Loren, what happened? And Fernando, just wait.
He's
I
gone.
assume he didn't leave.
He took
He's
off as
gone.
soon. You've had
Okay,
this whole conversation with her while he was just run out. He just headed out the door.
fine. Yeah. All right. I'll just say, Loren, what happened? Are you okay?
Uh, I'm uninjured. Uh, Enid's killing all the bandits.
Oh, all right then. I'm gonna roll psychology.
Go for it. Yeah, good idea.
46.
I don't have your character sheet up.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh, that's 2 over.
Oh
Do I
no.
have any coins?
There's two coins. Everybody starts with a coin. I haven't given out any coins because I've been too into what's happening. So I'm gonna give everybody an extra coin. There's been some good role play. There's been some fun stuff, but I've been like really focused on what you guys are doing.
Okay, yeah, totally
So
understandable.
you do
So
have
I
two
have two.
coins if you want to use them. Yeah,
I would love to use them.
yeah, that's success.
Okay, so
Um,
success
Loren
on
is
Loren.
suffering from some kind of shock from something he saw, maybe, or something
Yeah.
that happened to him. He has a lot of blood on him. Last time you saw him, he had a little bit of blood on him. Now he's like the whole front of him has been plastered with blood, like somebody just took a bucket of blood and just threw it at him. It basically hit him here,
Okay,
lower part of his face a little bit, which had a little bit of dried blood on it from before. Now it's like, and
okay,
you could probably make the assumption that he saw somebody killed or murdered or killed somebody maybe.
right. Well,
Something traumatic happened to him
also,
recently.
I'm thinking, is he hurt? So I'm
He
gonna
might be
ask him,
hurt.
are
Yeah,
you hurt? Is that your blood?
That that that's Clyde's blood.
Actually, it's mostly
Oh,
Penters.
Oh, okay.
Because Penter
Yeah,
like kind of gooshed when his head came
yeah.
off.
That's Clyde and Penter.
oh, okay. So you're okay then, physically? Do you
Physically,
need
yes.
any? Okay, okay. Um,
Mm.
hmm. I guess there's nothing I can really do to help him, is there? Like, could I roll anything?
No, not really. It would require psychoanalysis, and that takes hours to conduct. You have to give him therapy. Basically, you have to chat
Right.
with him for a while and try to calm him down.
Dang,
You
because
could,
I'm real good at first aid.
Things haven't
So,
worked out the way I thought.
okay.
I think they're working out the way Fernando
Feel
thought they were
free
going
to
to work out.
elaborate.
Kinda. It was Fernando's best case scenario right now. That's what's going on right
Yeah,
now.
and it's not as good with the bow because he was going to try to get one of them on the street. You still don't know who shot at you, Loren, by the way, that arrow that came out of nowhere. You have
Yeah.
no clue who that was. As a player, I mean, as a character, as a player, you obviously know, but as a character, it's up to you if Loren figures it out or is still unsure or
Yeah,
doesn't even care at this point from all the horrors he's just seen.
yeah.
Um, yeah, Fernando, somebody comes running at you, carrying carrying Oyster, who is barking wildly. Um, you don't know this bandit's name, um, but it looks like he's missing a tooth. Um, and he's like, "You gotta help me! He's killing everybody!" As he rushes up to you.
Quick, give me the dog and I'll keep you safe.
He hands the dog off to you. Yeah.
I
Uh,
rolled for a fast talk. I failed.
you failed.
Um,
This guy's freaking out. I don't even require a roll.
run to the woods. You'll be safe in the woods.
No, there's those things out there. Aren't there things out there? Do you really want to send this guy to his death, his definite death?
His death is going to happen regardless.
Okay. Yeah.
In
Run to the
Fernando's
woods.
mind,
Um. Uh.
does he
Yeah.
want to be killed
Give
by
me a
a
fast talk.
man?
Give me a fast talk. The
Like,
woods are definitely not safe.
oh, I really I
Uh,
rolled a 98.
98. You liar! You lying son of a bitch! You're trying to kill me! He turns and he just runs away. Runs between two
He-
buildings and disappears. A 98 is a crit fail, isn't it? No, wait. What's your
50.
It is 50, so it's not a crit fail, but he still
Okay.
thinks you're trying to kill him. He just
Right.
turns and runs. He takes off. You don't know where. He runs between a couple of buildings. You can chase him if you want, but you don't
Did
have
he
to.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know about the dog, I don't think. I don't think I know about the dog. Do I?
Oh, fuck, you don't know about the dog.
So I wouldn't have said drop the dog and I'll keep you safe.
You're right. You don't know
Um,
about the dog. Ah, that's right. That's Hutton's the only one who knows
um,
about the dog right now.
yeah. So
So what do you do? Okay, let's back it up. We're gonna take all that out. It's gone.
yeah. Sorry.
You don't know
Sorry.
that the dog is the only hope. I don't think Hutton has had a chance to tell you yet. He
No, I haven't
told.
given anyone a
Who did you
chance.
tell, Hutton? You told Annyd. You told
Yeah.
Annyd the dog
Yeah,
to not
don't kill the dog.
Don't kill the dog. That's right. That's right. I knew you told somebody, but it wasn't Fernando. Okay, so Fernando, this guy runs up to you, panicked, begging for your help, holding Oyster, who alternately
Um,
barks and licks his face.
yeah.
Okay, you want me to come back
Yeah.
to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All
I'm
right, so we
trying
can
to
go
think how
back
I'm
to
going to handle this.
the Frizzy farm. Yeah, I totally forgot you didn't know about the dog either.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. Nope, that's okay. That's on both of
No,
us.
that's my fault too. That's my
Um,
fault too.
So Isabella and Loren, you can continue your conversation. Sorry to interrupt it. I wanted to
Yeah.
see if Fernando would be coming back or anything like that anytime soon. Yeah.
Uh,
The
were we?
Frizzies are afraid of dogs.
Oh, that's
The
interesting.
Frizzi-Nocs aren't afraid of anything, is what Fern says to you.
They're afraid of dogs.
What's a dog?
I look at her.
She looks confused. She's
Really?
obviously never. She doesn't know what a dog is.
Oh, Well,
I I I I tried to make a deal with the bandits.
oh,
Enid has turned it sideways.
Turned it sideways.
okay.
I
What does that
I
mean?
That's okay. That's okay. Keep going. Sorry.
there's no
Please
bandits to make a
explain.
deal with anymore.
Oh,
I
they're all dead?
I think he's killing them.
Okay.
Their choices are
He
face
killed.
him or run into the woods.
If they run
So
into
They're,
the woods, they're gonna
obviously the
die. That's what Fern says.
yeah, they're
right. So
the dog that was with the bandits started killing the Frizzi-Nocs. They don't like dogs.
oh
It's
wow. They didn't fight back?
having having it's
You could explain to, well, she wasn't there, but
Yeah. Just it's okay.
all right.
imagine
No, you're fine.
imagine a dog that is just angry grabbing a baby rabbit and just snapping it in a bite.
Right. Yes.
What is a dog?
Like how they hunt rats. I I, I don't have time to explain that right now. I'll tell you later. Um
She gives
so
you a look.
even that little the only dog I've seen in town was Valrus and
Oyster.
Penter's dog, Oyster, yeah. So even that little dog was able to kill Frizzi-Nocs? A a bunch? How many?
Before I muzzled it, several.
No, two before you muzzled her. Just two,
I'm
and then you
a
got
little
her.
out of it
Zip.
right
Oh, you
now.
say that? Yeah, I never. Sorry.
You're
Keep going.
exaggerating.
I'll shut up.
Okay. Okay. Wow. That's pretty impressive for a little dog like that. Okay. Good
We
to
need
know.
that dog.
But we
No,
need
you
it.
guys,
Okay.
you guys don't.
Shh.
I know.
The Frizzi-Nocs, I set the Frizzi-Nocs free.
They didn't attack you, did they?
No.
Did you break any rules? That's Fern again.
Not here.
What?
I
So
mean,
don't need
I-
to kill them anyway then.
I haven't done anything wrong here.
Then you're fine. The Frizzi-Nocs won't hurt you if you don't do anything wrong.
Exactly.
They'll hurt Fernando.
What did he do?
What did he do again?
He kicked open the back door
Hey,
of the
though
merchant
recently
Yeah, he
shop. He basically busted open. He kicked the door open and broke.
he
In.
broke into the merchant shop.
Oh. Well,
only there was a way to convince them that he's a good guy. I don't know.
That's why we need the dog.
and cut. Right, that's a great place to stop that scene.
Fair enough.
Fernando, the bandit runs up to you with Oyster in his hand. Oh, you're gonna punch him in the face. Go ahead, just with your fist, right?
Yep.
You get one.
Fight and brawl.
You get one for free.
Ooh.
One for free. He doesn't get any defenses against this because he's trying to beg
Okay,
for help. And
It's
then
a regular. It's a regular success.
Okay. This guy already's missing a tooth. Looked like he's got like bruise on his face. Looks like the shape of Isabella's foot. Um, roll me damage. He doesn't get any defenses.
What's damage? I don't know what brawl damage
1d3 plus your strength bonus if you have any.
is. Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Damage bonus, sorry.
I rolled a 3 on a d6. So is that 2?
That's 2, yeah. So he turns and he runs away.
Okay, I'm gonna chase after him then.
God, leave me alone.
And I'm gonna pull out one of the hatchets.
Okay.
While I'm chasing after him.
The
Tomahawk. But yeah.
Oyster's looking over his shoulder and barking at you. High pitched bark, bark, bark.
Yeah.
So you're gonna just cut this guy down.
I'm at least making him known to Annyd or whatever or something. Like I'm letting this commotion take place, and essentially, and I'm
Okay.
just chasing after him for the time being.
Okay. Okay. How fast are you? Are you pretty fast?
I have
What's
a
your movement?
movement. I have a movement rate of 9.
Okay. You're gonna be able to catch up to this guy. Um, you're definitely faster than he is, and he's carrying a barking, yapping dog.
I will
And
say you gave me like I think a more than generous when I was running from the Frizzi-Nocs. I know they were faster than me, so however
that's
much
okay.
faster I am than him,
You
I
didn't have
mean,
far to go. So, and this
okay,
guy's not running for the shelter of light. Remember, you had to run, boom, a few dozen yards or so to get into light, and they didn't want to go in the light. So,
okay.
yeah, you'll be able
I
to catch this guy probably if you
I
want.
will probably just cold cock him though. I'm not gonna like chop at him with the
Okay.
hatchet or anything.
So you get one more
So,
attack on this guy before he. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's freaking out, but he doesn't get a defense against
oh
this.
shit.
Uh oh. Is that
Yeah, that's an extreme
okay? So
success.
that is max damage, which is gonna be
So
three.
3 points of
3 points
damage.
of
Yeah.
damage. Okay. Ah, leave me alone. I give up. I give up. I give up. Yeah, you got the hatchet in your hand, but you just like punch your hand with
Yeah.
it, so it just gives him a
Yeah.
little extra oomph. Ah, I give up. I give up. He does fall to the ground. Trips when you hit him. He wasn't expecting to get punched in the back of the head, I don't think. And uh, Oyster jumps away. Um, and he's trying to like he like rolls over his back. He's trying to like crawl away from you, like on his back, which isn't real
I'm just gonna
effective.
start berating the guy. I'm like, you murdered these villagers. Like
Oyster
what you
starts
did here was atrocious.
Oyster starts barking at you. Um,
I should cut you down in the street. I'm
no,
just
please
berating
don't.
him. I'm just berating
He's
him at this
basically
point in
begging for
time.
his life as you're berating him, so it's a loud thing. Um, you do this for like 30 seconds, and then around the corner. Um, okay, you got Bucka. Around the corner come four bandits. Um, around the corner of one of these houses. I'm not sure exactly where you are by this point. Um, you, yeah, whoa, that's a look you give them. And then around the corner behind them comes Annyd. With they look like somebody has been beating on them. They have some bruises and stuff, and he's got a bloody great sword. And he says, "I thought I'd find you here." As if that's a clever thing to say because you're yelling and this guy's
Right.
screaming for his life and the dog is barking. These are all I can find. There's at least two more dead out there, is what Annyd says to you. But
So
these are,
is he
they're going to act, they're not going to, they're our prisoners now. Aren't you? He leans forward like real close, like up over one of them's shoulders. He goes, aren't you? And the guy's like, yes, yes, we're your prisoners.
okay? So yeah, I'll just point to the guy and be like, go join your friends over there.
They go over to the guy and they sit down on the
Well,
ground with this.
that's I'm telling that to the guy on the ground.
Oh, okay. He gets up. He seems pretty upset. Oyster seems confused at what's going on. There's the
Uh,
dog. I was looking for that dog.
why?
Hutton said,
Okay.
Hutton said, get the dog. Sorry, yeah, Hutton. He would call you Hutton probably. No, he wouldn't. He doesn't know any. He doesn't remember any of your names.
The
The other one
portly
said,
one.
get the
The
dog.
portly one.
He just says the other one.
Okay. Um. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can pick up the dog.
It takes you a minute to calm the dog down, and you can pick her up.
All right. Yeah, I'll be
And
like,
she licks your face. I mean, you didn't. Yeah.
okay. And so, um, the the rest of us are in the big barn over there, and I'll point out to Annyd like the big
He
barn
was
I'm
with you guys when
talking.
you were in the Frizzy farm before.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know whether he was. I
Yeah, you
couldn't
guys went
remember
to the
whether he
wizard
was or
house,
not.
Frizzy farm, and then you went to that abandoned house. And then after
Okay.
that's when he disappeared because he went looking for Fiscal. And because Fiscal, remember, was going to take the zebras to the stable And then he disappeared, and Nid said, "I'm gonna go
Oh,
find that guy." And then he went out, and he never came back.
yeah, yeah.
So
Um, well, well, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna get the rest, in the farm. Or yeah.
why don't you go get some
Or,
rope? Get some rope for me. There's plenty of it in the upstairs of the tavern.
oh, all right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
you
do
guys
that
cut
first.
so much rope. There was so much
Yeah.
rope. You go up there and get rope and come back, and he has the bandits tie each other up, and then he finishes off the last bandit, ties him up.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then I'll go and get the people.
Okay. Yeah, you can leave while he's having them tie each other up too. Once he's got rope, he's
Okay.
like, "I got this."
Okay.
As you guys are talking, a silhouette appears at the door to the Frizzy farm. It's Fernando carrying Oyster, who starts like sniffing like really hard as soon as you get to the Frizzy farm, like
Oh.
and looking a
She
little
smells.
agitated.
She smells frizzies.
She seems very, very excited.
Fernando, don't let go of that dog.
Uh, and it said you wanted to get it. The rest of the bandits are being tied up as we speak.
That's a dog.
All danger
Yeah,
is
I looked
gone
at the
right
kids.
now.
That's a dog.
Oh, they both do that.
That's a dog. See, now I don't have to explain it.
Is
You
that a
just
boy or a
meet him.
girl?
Girl, I think, right?
Oh, even Dolphin is like, yeah, Dolphin seems very excited by the dog. He loses that 1,000-mile stare for the first time since you've seen him.
Fernando,
So are they in the
Frizzi-Nocs
booth now?
are afraid of dogs.
They're in the. That's Dolphin.
Yeah. I mean, once we get into the booth or something, I'll
Mhm.
set the dog down and I'll let him mess
Okay.
with the dog then. But
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
if
over the
Oyster is
dog.
chill.
They're children. It's a dog. They love it.
Is it covered in blood?
The dog is not. There's no blood on the dog at all. Well, there's a little flecks of blood. No, there's no blood on the dog. There's no blood on the dog at all. Sean, when Hutton saw Oyster kill that Frizzy, there was no blood. Remember?
Yeah.
She grabbed
They
it,
just
shook it.
snapped
There was
it
a
and-
snap, and then it went limp.
Mhm.
And that's how she killed him. You didn't see any kind of.
Yeah, I
like,
want to ask about that.
ask
yeah,
I wanna look
like I will delve into that as well. Like, what do you mean?
Well-
Like the Frizzies are scared of dogs?
They stay
Yeah,
away
there's no
from
blood on it.
Will you explain to us what happened? I mean, I know what happened. If you
I mean,
can't-
I say, think of a dog grabbing a baby rabbit and just killing it, just clunk, and then going to the next one.
Well, then why isn't it covered in blood? Do the Frizzies not have blood?
It doesn't take much to kill a baby rabbit.
and
It's-
Yeah,
they,
but it would
it's
still have
a-
blood on its snout.
they are
No.
they are created creatures. Maybe they're not meant
Sure
to
it
have
would.
blood.
No, I'm going to say this as Sean. I have seen my dog kill rabbits.
Yeah.
There's no blood.
They grab it, they shake it, the rabbit's dead.
The shake
they break
breaks
the
its
Okay,
neck.
and they probably lick it
Yeah.
off too.
What?
Also, Sean, you know, Hutton knows they have blood. The Frizzies do.
Yeah, they have blood,
You've seen it.
but
Oh.
Oyster was
Okay.
just grabbing one, killing it, tossing it, grabbing another one.
Oyster looks at you when you say
Wow.
her name. The kids are all over this dog. They love this dog.
I look
Well-
at it also impressed.
Oyster
We did-
is our safe passage through the
Oyster's loving
forest.
the attention. Hey, what do you want me to do
Okay.
with these guys? That's Annyd. There are 5 tied up bandits. He goes, oh, it's perfect.
What?
You, get in there. 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 He puts one in each of 5 of the cages.
It's so
Are they
bad.
big enough? Are those cages big
Yeah,
enough?
the
to
cages
fit
are big
Big?
enough.
people?
They're good sized
okay.
cages. They're like 5 by 5 or something, by 5 feet by 5 feet, something like that. They're good sized. I mean, it's not gonna be
Cool.
comfortable in there, but they're not gonna die. How do you close these?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
it just takes a moment to remember which
The
ones are
levers.
which, and you can close those
Does
5.
the little girl start to like close any of them? Does she?
No, nobody's
I'll
explained to
direct
her
her.
like
Pull
exactly
that
what.
one.
There's a lot of levers. Oh yeah, she'll pull them if you tell her. Well,
Yeah,
that's actually she
I'll
has to
tell her,
push.
pull that one,
You
pull
have to
that one.
push. You pull to open, push to close. Is how this works
Okay.
for whatever reason. Just because I just decided that just now. So yeah, you do the 5 that they're all in a line there, and they're all a line of. She just closes all of them. She just starts closing all of them. Because why not?
Okay.
If nobody stops her, she just closes all the cages.
Yeah, I'll let her. I mean,
Then she goes back to the dog. Hutton, give me an intelligence check real quick to see if you remember something. It has probably been less than an hour since the events of the last game session. All this
I
would have taken
definitely
place in
made
probably
that.
20 minutes. Is that a fail or a success, Sir
Regular
Sean?
success.
Valrus, last you saw of him was face down in the dirt when they dropped him after the sniper attack.
Yeah.
So just FYI, you don't know if he's alive or dead.
Yeah.
Annyd tells you these are all the bandits he could find. He thinks it's all of them.
Did you find Valrus?
Who?
He would have been face down in the dirt around.
There's
Where
a
he was
body
at
out there in
town.
the street. I didn't look dead to me. I thought, but I didn't check him. You want to go
I'm
check
gonna
him?
go look. I'm gonna go look.
You want me to come with?
Yes, please.
He comes with you. No, Valrus is just unconscious. He just got dropped when the arrow was fired, and he's just like spread eagle, face down in the dirt.
Loren, you're the one that knocked him unconscious.
Let's-
So
Look,
Let's
yeah,
bring
somebody
him back.
beat the shit out of him. It looks like that's pretty good work, is what Annyd says, and then he picks up the guy and throws him over his shoulder.
All I can think is the one character from Seinfeld, Andy, when you do that.
Putty?
Buddy.
Well, like I said, I've been watching a lot of Venture Brothers, and Brock Sampson has the same voice actor, so
Not my problem.
yeah. So yeah, he'll carry the body back, or the unconscious form, and shove him in another cage. He's not even going to bother to. He's checking the doors on the cages. When they're locked, closed, they are sturdy as shit. He grabs one of the ones that's unoccupied, and he's like, and he can't move it. So open this one, and then he puts Valorous in there, just lays him in there.
They were hired
up.
to get us.
Get us? Why?
There's some individual that knows that we are dreamers.
Where do they want to take us?
Everybody knows you're dreamers. First thing you
Hey.
told me. That's it again.
Yeah, wait.
Is it a
Fernando,
secret?
they told us
Could have fooled me.
They
when
want
Fernando and I were locked in that house, they told us a little bit. I forget the name of the guy, but somebody was looking for us.
Oh,
No.
the red mask.
That is correct. Good. I'm giving you a coin for remembering something. Yeah.
Good job.
I said it too, motherfucker.
I'll
Yeah.
give you a coin too.
You did?
I didn't hear you, but I believe
I
you.
did not remember, to be fair.
They literally they were here to catch us and take us to this red mask.
Yeah. Do we know why yet, or still nothing?
No.
Because we're dreamers. That's what we've been told, essentially, right?
I mean, as far as I can guess, is we're dreamers, and he wants us, or they want us, or
He didn't really give you a reason. You tried to question
Yeah,
him,
we don't.
and he's like, "You're tied
I'm
up. I don't have to tell
speculating.
you anything." Okay, yeah.
the only thing that makes us unique is we're dreamers.
Okay.
Hey, if you don't, Valorous was third in command after Clyde and Fiscal. What happened to Clyde
Well-
anyway?
Really, kind of seems like none of you are in command anymore.
I'm just telling you information you might find useful so you don't kill me. This is the guy that had the dog. And Sean, you recognize this is one of the guys you played cards with. This is Bucka. You played cards with him.
I appreciate the information.
Look, I don't know why they wanted you, and neither do these guys. Neither, but and then he kind of looks at Valorous in the cage and kind of like,
I would like to do a psychology.
yes, psychology. See if he's lying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there any water? A bucket of water laying around?
You're not sure, or you're however you feel, dude. There are not any buckets of water in here.
I don't trust him.
There are some buckets in the kitchen of the tavern.
We can always wait until Valorous wakes up, and then we can start to question him.
It might take a
Looks at
bit.
Valorous.
No,
Valorous
no,
looks like
even-
somebody beat him with a
pouring water on him.
stick.
Even Loren goes, it might take a while. I got a lot of good shots on him.
Oh, you did
Do we
that?
want him alive? Should I?
Like 5 or 6
do a-
consecutive
Not.
headshots.
With your fists? You just
Yes.
punched him up? Oh, you're quite
Think
the
he's
fighter.
gonna die?
I don't
Do we
think
want
he's
him
gonna
alive
die.
to get information?
I mean,
And Ned pokes him. He's not gonna die.
this
No.
won't kill him.
Should I?
Yeah, well,
check? I'm
I
offering to
got
do a
very
first
lucky. I
aid
mean, he was
on him.
he was wearing armor. I just keep hitting his face. I
yeah,
mean,
he's fine.
the fucking voice.
That's the voice I'm gonna use
All
from now on
right.
because I like it.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, okay, well, let me know if you think I should check him out,
I-
just to make sure he's still alive, so we can.
It's been
Ask
too
him
long.
questions.
It's been
Wakes
too
up.
long to do first aid on him. He got beat up like an hour ago. You can only do first aid within a certain amount of time after you take wounds, or else it's just not effective. All you're doing is
Josie,
just
I had
covering up
like
old wounds.
I had like 3 or 4 extreme successes
Yeah, he's got several
on his
bruises.
face.
Yeah, he's all. It looks like somebody just punched him in the face a lot.
Which is exactly what
Dang.
happened.
Which
I know as a player he didn't
That
take
is
a
pretty
major
much
wound.
exactly what happened. Yes.
Yeah.
that's how we work around the fact that Andy forgot about the armor.
I forgot.
No,
I
I
forgot to
punched him in
incorporate
the
armor,
face
which is
and
fine.
not in the body.
And I didn't need to with the Nid because every one of his hits so far has been an extreme success.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Between Josie's, it's all been Josie's rolls. All extreme
I mean-
successes on every one of these guys. So
As of right now, I guess we wait for Valorous to wake up.
why are we in
Okay.
here? That's what Fern says from the control room.
Well, we don't have to be now. We don't have to be now. We just know
Fernando kind of has to be.
Well, true. This is the safest room in the
This
whole
is-
town as far as we know. But I guess the inn would be safe, just as safe though now, as long as we keep it lit, or as long as I keep it lit at least.
The Frizzies can't get in. The Frizzies won't go in during the day.
No.
No,
But
you're
with
right.
And
these men in cages, if we were to transport them to the tavern or wherever,
No, as far as I'm concerned, we can leave them in these cages.
this is the safest place for us to be where they are at currently.
And the least
I don't think
comfortable.
I don't think they can get out of these cages. And they tried to break one open and couldn't. So
Look, if
I
the
don't think these
Frizzi-Nocs
guys
can't
will.
get out, I don't think these guys can get
yeah, so
Right. I agree with leaving them in there.
we can come by with some water and bread or something in a couple hours or something.
Can you untie us? One of the bandits who's tied up says. Obviously. There are, I believe, 5 still alive. There are 5 in 5 separate cages. Arms are tied behind their backs.
I'm sure we could untie you. I don't know if we will or not.
Then they don't say anything to that.
I know. Why?
So,
Um,
Josie, I can't hear you.
yeah. well, No.
Still can't hear you.
Can't hear you right now. Your volume just. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's what you get for being in daylight at this time of the day. I mean,
Well,
Aaron
guess
still kind of is.
kind of, but
I
the
guess
sun,
I'm not.
the sun
9
has set.
o'clock.
So.
You
Yeah.
might have to disconnect and reconnect, Josie. I don't know why that happens. It's so irritating. boom, she was gone.
She said, "Yeah."
Never to be
Never
seen
to be
again.
seen again.
See if she can get her video and audio back up. So, what is the general plan outside of any role playing? What do you guys want to do?
I
Leave
guess
these
right
dudes
now
here?
what Fernando's thinking is, well, now we can at least wait until the caravan shows up. Maybe. I know we didn't want to wait before, and it's up to Annyd whether he wants to wait or not. But if Annyd wants to continue on with whatever he's doing, he is free to do whatever the hell he wants as far as Fernando's concerned.
Is Fernando voicing this opinion, or is this just in your head?
Well, no, he'll say that.
Okay.
I mean, but said we can wait for the caravan, or
Josie, you want to try to say something real quick?
Hello,
There
hello,
you are.
hello.
There you are.
Hey.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So Annyd has voiced the fact that Fernando's voiced the fact that he wants to wait for the caravan.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what everybody
I-
wants to do?
I kind of agree. Like, the caravan was meant to come into town. Honestly, maybe we should go try to meet them.
Oh, head back west.
so from what
You
you're
could.
saying though,
You could
then
actually-
we're going to have to make sure we take
The dog.
the dog.
We
with
have to
us.
take Oyster with us.
Or at least I have to.
Well, no, the Frizzies and the Frizzi-Nocs that live in the wild, it seems like they'll attack anybody.
They didn't attack us though on the way here.
I don't know.
We traveled during the day though. We made it so
Yeah.
far, and then by the time we met with,
They killed our
Panther-
scouts. They killed our scouts. We sent men out. They must have killed them.
Well, you're bandits.
no,
So-
that's the little girl talking.
No,
That's the little girl.
That's
No,
one
that's
of
the
the bandits who
bandit.
says that.
Oh,
No, look,
Yeah.
And they would have stayed on the
Okay.
road.
if we're gonna go and meet them, we need to take Oyster with us.
I agree.
Okay, so
The
what do you guys?
The Frizzies that live in town here that were kept in these cages had been domesticated.
Nimian
Do you know
did
that
it.
for sure?
Yeah, Nimian did it. That's fine.
They were friendly. They had been taught to protect the village. As long as you did nothing wrong, you were safe. The moment Fernando kicked in that door,
Right.
Is there any way people who did wrong could redeem themselves? And I'm turning to the little girl and asking her this. Maybe she.
I look at the little girl too. No, it is pass fail.
If you break a rule, then the Frizzies come and get you.
Even me
Friendly
saving
ones.
you from that inn doesn't count for anything.
Maybe they'll kill you a little slower.
I would think faster is what Fern says. That would
Oh,
be
geez.
nicer.
They make it swift.
Go straight for the jugular.
Some who've
Well-
broken the laws and were found guilty didn't get killed by the Frizzies when they broke the law. But then she looks out to the control room at that ring that's set in the floor. The Frizzies every month need some live flesh and blood. Usually it's animals, but sometimes it's been criminals. Oh, that's probably a secret. I probably shouldn't have told you that.
Wait, they just
Well, I mean, this is your town now, as far as I'm concerned.
She
I
gives
mean,
you a
look-
You
look
could
like,
be the mayor.
I know. I kind of,
Yeah.
as Fernando's saying this, he is kind of like, well, yeah.
we're going to leave these two,
Um,
the 10-year-old and
but-
the 9-year-old in this village.
yeah, I don't
Empty
think we can just
village.
leave these kids behind.
I don't plan on leaving you alone again, though. I will say that. I felt you were safer in that cellar, but I
Trapped in a
see
cellar was safer.
I see now I was wrong.
She looks at you, Isabella, like men. Is the kind of look she gives you.
Well, he was kind of right.
No, I was wrong.
Although, I guess
was
you haven't
wrong.
committed
I
any
was so wrong because
crimes.
they got found out and they got captured. So I was wrong.
We were trapped
Okay,
in this
I guess-
cellar. The door was barricaded.
He
From the
was right to
outside.
think that you could be safer there. I understand why he did it, but Well, people make mistakes.
Is all she gives you
At
is a
least you're
hump.
safe
As
now.
she's petting
Let's
Oyster.
let's look towards the future. Speaking
Let
of
us
which,
let
what
us go
are we
to
going to do?
let us go to the inn
All right.
and discuss this further.
The inn or the tavern?
Okay.
The
The
tavern. I'm
tavern.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, we leave these bandits here.
So, the bandits are
Yeah.
like, oh, wait, are you saying this while still within earshot of the bandits?
I'm saying it directly in front of them.
Wait, no! Don't just leave us here.
Why
As
should
I
we
was going
not?
to say
We'll
earlier,
starve to death.
We'll
Well,
bring you food.
yeah.
Oh, they. You
And
get the impression they thought you guys were going to leave town and just leave them locked in these cages.
No,
Okay.
we're not horrible
No.
people who just kill innocent folk.
That's right. And if you would like us to untie you, maybe you could give us something in return, and we'll think about
It
untying you
won't
as well.
matter if we untie them. They're staying in the cages for.
Exactly, but for their
we'll
comfort.
untie them when we bring them something to eat because they'll need their hands at least.
You're
And
going to
maybe if
stay
they give
here
us some
until we
information
figure out what
first.
we need to do.
Yeah.
They don't say anything back to you. There's really no need for conversation.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they're at your
realize.
mercy, and they say the wrong thing, you might just shank them. Who knows? They
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, you're too much hassle for that.
Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
get back to the tavern.
Well,
Do you want to go in the front or the back doors?
I mean, I'll head in the front door at this point. In
Okay,
time.
yeah.
As far as I know,
I'm going before we leave the barn. I'm going to the corner that I slept in,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm picking up my bit of
Yeah,
the
your
rock.
stone is there. Yeah, you pocket it again. Your little sliver. And it can go in your tunic again or on
Yep.
So you've got it. You go back to the tavern through the front door. The main room is still kind of a mess. Some tables have been pushed aside. There's still there's a bunch of bedrolls and stuff, blankets in there.
do we
Um,
see dead bodies
oh, you did see
outside
one
or
on
anything?
on the side of the building that had been nearly beheaded. In the bushes, it's hard to make
Okay.
out unless you want to go over and look at it. But there's definitely
yeah,
a dead guy
Fernando's
there.
not.
And then you go into the tap
I
room.
glance and then
Yeah, the tap room
move
looks the
on.
same. Annyd looks up and then just kind of nods. It's still at best late morning, mid morning still probably. It's not even probably 10 o'clock. What do y'all want to do in general? We don't have to go into a lot of detail.
Fernando
There's
wants
plenty of
to
food
eat.
and drink here.
Say Fernando wants to eat something. He's hungry, and he doesn't want to mess with trying to conjure something up.
There's
Whether
still
he can or can't.
there's still that
can or
stew.
can't.
There's still Vours's stew in this big pot.
No,
in the
he's not
kitchen.
having any of that stew.
Okay.
He's not having
There's other
any
stuff.
of
There's
that
some
stew.
bread and cheese and that kind of stuff. The stew smells so good. It's still on.
I don't care
on
how good it
coals.
smells. It knocked him out.
It's still on
Like, he's not
coals.
touching it.
So the question is,
Look at
do we wait for the caravan to come into town, or do we try to meet them?
We can do either, but I really don't want to leave these kids alone again.
Oh no,
If
we're
we
gonna
can
take
help
the kids
I'm
with us.
considering eating some of that stew and just passing out because I am hurting right now. And Isabella holds her head
Isabella looks
on her
terrible, by the
bruise.
way, guys. Giant bruise.
Yeah.
It's all swollen
know
all
what?
over her eyes. It is.
I'm
looks painful as
I'm
well.
going to dish her up a hearty serving of stew.
Okay.
Like,
It's still really good.
It's
delicious.
spilling out of the bowl.
It is just delicious. You eat the whole thing.
Do what you got to do.
It is
Sure,
delicious.
perfect.
There you go. You're full.
Great. And then
Like,
I
it's making a mess as she puts a spoon into it.
It's delicious. You're full if you eat the whole bowl.
yes, I'm
You feel a
I'm
little
happy.
better.
Okay, as soon as I finish the bowl, I'm gonna head upstairs.
Oh wow! Look at
there's
these
rooms up
bodies
there.
at the foot of the steps.
There's Clyde.
Clyde is there
and,
on top of
beheaded.
Penter, and Penter has been beheaded, and Clyde has been run through.
I try not to look, and I
Yikes.
jump over them up the stairs and
Okay, you
go find a
managed
room to
get
lay down
by
in.
them. Fern scoops herself up some of that stew and eats it.
You know what? After probably seeing Isabella chow down the stew, Fernando probably will fix himself a bowl. But
Maybe
It is.
maybe we should keep one person on watch though, just to make sure
Wait, you went
nobody comes
upstairs and went to
by.
bed,
yeah,
didn't you?
she came back. It's like,
Didn't
oh,
you
are you going
come
to
Yeah.
come back
back? You
down?
said you were going to bed, and you went upstairs and you said you went to bed. Right? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
There's one room. The first room. It's a hallway. There's three rooms on the left. Sorry, three rooms on the right. Two on the left. The closest door leads into a room that smells a little musky, like sweat. There's all this rope
Is
that's been cut all over the floor around this broken bed.
there another room that's
The next room
nicer?
looks like a children's room. There's two beds in there, and it looks like decorative stuff on the walls for kids.
Yeah, if the kids are like right behind me,
They're
I'm
not.
gonna ask. Oh, okay.
They're still downstairs eating.
Oh, I thought they went kind of whatever. If there's another room, that's nice and clean, I'll pick that one and lay in the bed. If
There,
not,
there's a third
I'll
bedroom.
kids' room.
It's got two beds. It's still on the right side. That's the one that you and Fernando had been held prisoner in.
Mm, not sure how comfortable I am with that room,
Okay.
but
On the left side at the end, there's another bedroom. The sheets are soiled, as if somebody was wearing dirty clothing or something. When it's a big bed, it looks like a master bedroom. Okay, and then the last room is like a living area. There's like a divan and a chair and some stools, and that kind of thing.
um, I guess I'll go to the room where me and Fernando were.
Okay.
If the bed looks clean enough, I'll
One of
just
them
go in
does.
there. And,
One of them looks pretty clean. The other one looks like somebody just went to bed with their shoes on. You know what I mean?
okay, yeah, I'll go to the clean bed, lay down, pass
Okay.
out,
Yeah. Okay.
get a hit point, maybe.
No, you cannot get hit points. You have a major wound. We don't check for a week.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna take you a long
Well,
time to heal unless you use dreaming magic. But you can lie down and wish that you had some laudanum or something to remove the pain, but you don't. Oh well, any opiate would do.
but
Um,
I have sleeping potion, so at
you aren't feeling
least I'll pass
particularly
out.
sleepy. You don't.
I'm not.
No, you don't feel any sleepier than if you'd had a big meal and laid down in bed.
So still pretty sleepy.
Okay,
Hmm.
well, it's just you just feel normal. You could try to go to sleep, but you had a
It's
good night.
normal stew then. Okay.
I guess.
Apparently,
Can I just try dreaming to heal myself a
Yeah,
little if I can?
yeah. It will cost you 1 point.
Aha, fail.
Fail. I'm sorry. You're like,
Okay, one more. One
oh,
more.
this doesn't help. This also costs 1 point. No, that's okay. All
Super
right.
fail.
Fernando left, unfortunately. I'm still trying to figure out what you guys plan to do. Did you want Annyd to? Annyd's coming back to the tavern with you because he's drinking some ale, and he'll eat some stew as well because he has not had any breakfast yet today. Is Sean, are you on the phone?
Sorry, I'm dealing with something here.
And Aaron's left. God damn it! You guys have terrible timing.
All right.
What's the plan? What do you guys want to do?
I say we try to meet the caravan, but we need to take Oyster with us. If we want to wait around, we can wait around, but I don't know how long it's going to be. Whoever this red mask is, he's gonna send he, her, them, whoever it is gonna send more people after us. That's at least what I got from Clyde. It's that if he didn't deliver, somebody else eventually will.
well,
The thing is, I don't know if
they don't
this
know where we're going.
this red mask individual wants to do us harm, wants to help us, is just curious of who we are, how we are, what we are. it could potentially be an ally against the wizard.
I bet he wants us to do something for him.
Oh, I'm absolutely certain that is the case. But I don't know until we know.
He was willing to wipe out an entire village to get us.
I don't think the Red Mask was willing to do that necessarily. I think just Clyde and his men didn't care.
I mean, we can find that out once.
Correct. I could be absolutely wrong. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel like whoever hired them necessarily told them kill everybody in town and wait for others to show up. I think it was more of go to this town, and Clyde and them got bored and decided just, hey, while we're here, let's start stealing some stuff.
How long were these people in town?
You asking the little girl?
Yeah.
Josie has disappeared.
Josie's on a vacation far away.
No way.
They weren't. They came to the town and they killed everybody. We never saw them.
So they just came into town and killed people.
Yes. That's what Fern tells you, yeah.
Okay. Maybe they were sent here to kill everybody.
You people talk a lot and don't do much, do you? You're just making guesses about everything.
Well, we're
instead
dreamers.
of doing anything. And it says, yeah, they do that.
Sorry, where we come from, people try to talk about stuff.
You keep saying you're going to do something, and then you just talk about you're just guessing. These men came into town and killed everybody. It's not that complicated, is what Fern's telling you.
But it might be.
Does it matter right now?
I don't know.
And it goes back to his drink.
I know.
How did they capture
I'm back.
you?
Yay.
Yay, Josie's back.
That's a good question.
Sorry, I didn't know if you guys could hear me.
That Fernando just asked. That's a great fucking.
He points at that bowl, an empty bowl of stew.
Oh.
Yeah. They said have a drink and some food before you go back out. And then that Valrus fella, yeah, brought me the stew. And next thing I know, I'm waking up tied up to a bed.
Okay, so same thing that happened to us.
And I broke the bed, so they added more ropes.
Good job, Annyd.
You're not there. You're trying to get to sleep upstairs.
Oh, I'm not? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot.
Just wait.
You know what?
We'll get you back in here momentarily.
No worries.
When Miss Eldridge wakes up, let's head west and try to find the caravan.
We should leave before dark. Took us about 4 hours to walk here.
Yeah. He's not wrong. What time is it roughly in the day?
10 a.m. maybe.
All right.
I mean, if you left soon, you would have plenty of time to do it.
Let's let her get a couple hours of sleep.
Josie, how long you can't get to sleep? Your head is killing you. You're in a great deal of pain. And you're not in some kind of emotional shock like you were last night that basically knocked you out. And you had a good night's sleep.
I guess I did already get some sleep.
You slept all night. Nobody else has. You are probably had the most sleep of anybody in the group at this juncture, except maybe Annyd. Annyd probably got to sleep all night.
Okay.
So yeah, you sit there thinking of this, and you're just like, I'm not going to get to sleep. And you can hear them talking downstairs. You can hear this. It's not distinct, but you can hear them down there talking. So if you decide you want to just stop trying to sleep, you can. But I don't know how much Isabella naps. Personally, I know I
Okay.
have a hard time napping. So,
Sometimes I do too.
Most of
Especially if
my
I've had a
naps
full
turn
night's
into
sleep.
sleep.
yeah, you were asleep like less than an hour, like an hour ago is when you woke up.
That's the only way I nap
Okay.
is sleep.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
it
I,
turns
I have
into
2 more
where did the
magic
day go?
points. I have
Say
two more
what?
magic points, so
If
I'm gonna
you
try
lay in
dreaming
bed for
one
two
more time.
hours and do nothing, yes. If you lay in bed for 2 hours and do nothing before they come up to check on you. But
Well, I'm gonna use my last at least one more and
well,
just
what I'm
try to
asking is,
try to heal myself.
are you going to wait 2 hours
What?
for you to get the magic points back? Then just lay in bed for 2 hours and
Well,
do
I have
nothing.
two still.
You still have two? Yeah, okay.
I still have two
Remember,
left.
it could cost you three. This could
Yeah.
injure you
So
further.
first, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Only costs one. I keep rolling low.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't
Oh
thank me.
no.
Thank my dice.
36.
36 is too high now. Yeah. So
All right.
you have one magic
Yeah, I
point
guess.
left, right?
Yeah.
Remember, if I roll higher, those points come off your hit points. You could potentially kill
No, no.
yourself,
I
especially with a
know.
major
I'm good
wound.
for now.
Okay.
But if I can stand it, I would lay there. I don't know. If it gets too irritating and I'm in too much pain and I just can't fall asleep, then
You just
I
woke up
guess
an hour
eventually
ago.
I'll go back down.
You just woke up an hour ago. I'm going to assume it's going to be pretty hard for you to fall asleep. And it's not going to do you any good anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go back downstairs then
Okay, so a little while later,
and join.
Isabella Eldridge comes back down. Um, she looks exactly the same as when she went up. You know what I mean? Bruised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, she looks better
Yeah.
rested than you
Slightly more
guys.
irritated.
Yeah, she looks mad. Fern and Dolphin have really
Well,
been enjoying playing with the dog the whole time. That might have kept you up too. Is the yipping dogs down below you somewhere?
yeah, she's grumpy.
Annyd just
I
looks at you as you
couldn't
walk in.
sleep.
Mm.
Ugh. Do does anyone know if there's any, I don't know, laudanum or something similar? Because my head is
Good
killing me.
reference.
I'm giving Isabella a coin for
Good
that.
reference.
You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, that's okay. It's that you remembered. I like it. It's great
Yeah.
for headaches. Or perhaps Dr. Fizzle's miracle cure? I hear that works really well.
Use
Are there
Jenks
any tonics?
compounds. I'm gonna go look through
Is there any
the kitchen.
There's
medicine?
no medicine here.
Yeah,
They're still probably using leeches and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
okay. I probably know
You
about
have,
herbs though. I have a decent natural world.
but
Although I'm not really up
you
for
would
going
need,
trekking in the woods
I
right
would say, like
You
biology
don't want to
or
go. You don't want to go
chemistry
trekking in the
or,
woods. You're going to want chemistry. No, you want to want
now.
pharmacy. Science pharmacy is your best bet
okay,
for actually making yourself some kind of.
compounding medicine.
Yes. Oh, I think we lost
Well,
Josie.
whatever.
Oh, no. She's back.
Huh?
A part of me must be like, oh, I
I'm here.
found some Burma shave,
Nah. Do you say that?
but
Some
that's
what?
not the same.
I don't know if Burma
What's
Shave is
that?
a thing yet. I think it probably is.
Burma Shave was
I've
a
never heard of
brand
that.
It's
of
a shaving
shaving
cream.
cream, and you would see multiple signs on the side of the road,
Yes.
be like, "Does your husband grunt and grave?" or something like that effect. Like, buy that brute some Burma Shave.
It would be on 4 signs
Yeah, like 4 or 5
down the road.
signs.
Up until not long ago, actually.
It's actually funny because like in college, in the chorus I was in, we sang a Burma Shave song, but we also had a song called Jenks's Compound, which is basically snake oil.
Yeah, which you know about too. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
So sorry,
That's
a little
okay.
nostalgia.
So
And a
yeah, I
painkiller.
mean,
Yeah,
we can, yeah, head out and well, I mean, Isabella came back down, so do we want to head out now then, or are like
yeah.
we?
Let's go. It's still early in the day. We're relatively safer than we would at night, and we have oyster as added protection.
Children, would you like to come with us? It feels foolish to leave you alone here in town.
Yeah,
We're
they'll
heading.
come. They'll come.
Okay.
They don't particularly want to be here alone with these
Not the
bandits.
Yeah.
They're safe.
Oh,
Should we? Well, we
You
should
said we
feed
were-
them and give them water at least, and untie
Yeah.
them.
That's
I
actually
did-
probably a nice thing to do.
yeah. I was just gonna say, oh yeah, we said we were gonna feed them, so yeah.
Okay, yeah. You guys want to
We'll
take them
bring
some
them
stew or
some
something?
stew.
Yeah, stew and some water. So you feed them, you water them. Valorous is still unconscious at the moment. You don't know
I
when
will
he's going to
make
wake
sure
up.
I'll make sure their hands are untied so they
Okay.
can at least
Okay.
feed themselves.
You can easily open one cage at a time so
Yeah.
that you can deal with just one of them. And Annyd's in there with you, as well
If-
as all of you. Sean,
if
I'm assuming you got...
Valorous,
Oh, yes, go.
sorry, if Valorous woke up and we put a bowl of stew in front of the cage, would he be able to reach it?
You'd have to put it in the cage. Remember,
In the cage.
these are real tight bars.
Yeah.
Because
The
Frizzi's...
Frizzies
Yeah.
had to stay inside of them.
Yeah, and they apparently can
Okay.
get
So
through
there's
kind of
no
small
way someone's going to reach
spaces.
their hand through
No,
it.
you couldn't get an arm in there.
Okay, we'll put a bowl of stew in there in the best location we can for it not to spill.
Okay, do you want to... Somebody grabs a mug and stick with water and just
Yeah,
sticks it in there with him? I mean, just like
yeah.
a ceramic mug.
Actually, you know what?
They've
I'm gonna
got
put-
those.
We're going to put stew into a mug. It's a bit sturdier than a bowl.
Okay. Do you want water in a mug too?
Yes.
Okay, so he's got some food and drink for when he awakens. Yeah, everybody can make me an intelligence check if you want.
Served to you in a mug.
No.
Nope,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
it's a cup of stew.
That's an extreme success.
Okay, so Loren, actually, Loren would think of this. You don't know where the other speaking stones are. You guys have not found those, just FYI.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
was-
a good
But
point.
if you are coming back, but I'm assuming you've searched.
Oh,
Annyd searched all the bandits before he shoved them in the cages, and he also
Yeah.
checked Valorous and didn't pull any rocks or anything off of them.
One would be on
if
clock.
you
yeah,
guys
I forgot.
If you're planning on coming
I was
back to the
gonna look.
village, it's something you can look for when you come back too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like we have to find
I
these
feel
before
like
we go.
before we leave, I had thought a couple times before that I wanted to look for my
Yes, but
whatever
nobody
I had
knows.
in my pocket,
Also,
I failed
Isabella,
that.
knife
one
and my
thing I
rock.
forgot, Isabella, your armor, your weapon. Didn't you have a sword?
I had a rapier
You had a rapier.
and a
You
knife.
found those in that
knife.
bedroom with the master bed and the soiled. So you got that stuff back, just FYI.
Okay,
I forgot about
but
that.
not the rock.
We're gonna retro that in. The rocks weren't in there. Neither were either of the glowy things.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Fernando had a
I'll
torch, and
check
Loren
any
had a
pocket.
glowy, floaty stone.
Orb or
So,
whatever, yeah.
So you didn't find any of that stuff yet.
Maybe the bandits have them.
Let's
Did we check the
Check-
bandits?
The bandits
let's
have all
check
been
the
searched.
cellar. I haven't been in the cellar.
Yeah, you guys can go in the cellar if you want. Is that the plan?
I'll check the cellar.
Yeah, Fernando, everything's down there, actually.
Okay.
The stones are covered up with like wrapped in blankets, and not blankets, like in a blanket. Each one is wrapped in a blanket. The two of them that you had, the glowy thing is just sitting on a table down there that looks like it was hastily placed there. Your torch is in a sconce on the wall, so that's there.
Okay.
I think that's everything that you didn't find.
Um,
And there's a
Anything-
stool down there, and there's a mug that's half full of ale on the table as well.
okay. That's it.
Drink it.
No, I ain't drinking it.
Well, there's some kegs down there, and there's
Okay.
also like some food stuff and that kind of thing. A little bit
Like
of meat.
Yeah, like a root cellar, and essentially.
No,
kind
it's a
of-
regular
oh,
cellar, but that's where they store where stuff was obviously stored.
Right.
But
Okay.
this little area is set up with all your stuff.
Yeah, I'll bring as much as I can carry out with me, and I'll say, yeah, it's in the cellar, and like unless someone was coming with me, but other than that, I'll let everyone know that all their stuff's down in the
Okay.
cellar.
Are you gonna leave your torch down there?
Yeah, for the time being,
Okay.
like it's not hurting anything down there, right?
No,
So,
it's in a sconce.
and
So
it's daylight, so I don't feel like I need it right now.
okay.
So,
So yeah, you guys get the stones back. Hutton can get his light in a pocket back if he wants it.
Yep.
Um, and then what? Do you head west? Is that the plan?
yeah, yeah,
With
oyster
with
and toe
Oyster
and
and the
every.
kids? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's about 4 hour walk. So it's
Wait, 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 wait.
oh my
Are we
god.
walking?
yeah. Oh yeah.
You do have two zebras in.
Where
You think?
did they did they
Can we find them?
put our zebras in
Where
the
are you
stable?
looking? Where are you looking
I'm
for the
checking the
zebras?
In
stable.
the
I'm
stable
checking the stable
first.
first.
Yeah, your two zebras are in there.
Okay.
They've been
Perfect.
fed. They've been
Take them.
watered. Yeah, you can mount up on the zebras
Okay.
and make the
We didn't
children
have three.
the
We
children
only had
walk.
two.
No.
You only had two.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll put the girl
Well,
on the back of mine, and the boy can go with Fernando
Yeah,
or
they'll ride on
Hutton,
there.
whoever.
They'll ride on the back. So
I
it takes you about 4
yeah.
hours to get
Hutton
back.
will walk with Oyster.
Yeah, Oyster's going
Get-
with you.
Take
Will
turns.
Oyster go on a leash? I guess.
What? You don't have a fucking leash.
Yeah, I was gonna
You've
say
never
like
seen Oyster on a leash before.
she just walked with us.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a dog. Oh, you
Well,
do
not all
find your
dogs do that.
you find your muzzle too on the street as you're heading that direction, Loren.
I'm gonna pick that up just in case.
Okay. Oyster's
Fair
alerting
enough.
on a lot of stuff, and she'll like run over in that direction, and then she'll sniff around, then she'll come back. So she's
Hey,
kind of all
hey.
over the place, but she doesn't go far.
Yeah.
You know, she loves people. She's around people. She's one of those
Yeah,
dogs that
it's
sticks close
definitely
to
going to be a when she starts getting away from us, be like, "Hey, back over here."
And she stops and she looks over her shoulder at you, like, "You talking to me?" you know, and then she comes back,
Yes.
like it's her decision. But yeah, she's obviously. But you don't hear any chirping. You don't hear any of those little noises in the brush anywhere as you're walking. At I'm assuming a fairly brisk pace.
Yeah.
It's real quiet in the woods, and eventually, yeah, you come out the other side, and it's probably about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You can see the caravan a few miles away, and it's another half an hour to get there, hour or so. Um, uh, they haven't. It's only been. It was yesterday when you guys left. These people.
Okay.
So it's not like it's been another week. But everybody seems a little surprised to see you. Some of the sellswords and teamsters that you've known are like, "Whoa, oh what? Oh my God!"
if,
Loren is still
if,
covered in blood,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
covered in blood.
Yep.
Annyd has got a lot of blood on him because he didn't.
I
bother
probably got
cleaning
some blood
up.
on me from at least from my.
No,
well, yeah, you got a big
No,
old knot
you have
on
this
your forehead.
big knot on your forehead. He didn't even break the skin. He just fucking down you went.
You're a
Someone
unicorn.
punched me.
I got
Yes.
slashes
Yeah,
all over me.
You got punched. You've got bandages all over you, Fernando, because
Okay.
Isabella bandaged up all those wounds as best she
Oh
could.
yeah,
Remember?
those Frizzi-Nocs. Oh yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, you've obviously been injured. There is some blood on your clothing, not as much as Loren or Annyd. Isabella looks like somebody beat her up. Um,
Who hits a woman?
I will.
there's a lot of
call out.
questions, and there's 2 children with you and a tiny dog.
I will call out to the caravan and tell them if you come with us now, we can make it to Twinkletown before nightfall.
Wait, you're calling out? Are you just not gonna walk up to them and talk to these people?
Well, I guess we are. I guess we are walking up to him. But
Okay.
I will.
I think he meant like when we're within sight of.
That's like that's a few miles away.
Oh.
This is a
At least-
plain, and it's fairly flat, and you can see them on the horizon, basically,
I
because
guess
they could see the forest.
Once I get within one, I think I can like shout out to him. I'll call out to him
Okay.
as we're approaching him.
You're just shouting out that we can get to Twinkletown by nightfall, if we.
If you come with us now, yeah. If they think
What the hell happened to you?
we can talk as we're traveling. If you want.
Somebody's
No.
gonna have to convince Odilon. He wants to wait.
Come with us.
Odilon says, "No, no, 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 no. You tell us what happened first. You look like you've been through battles.
Pretty good.
What happened to her? You know, there's questions. The Teamsters are bombarding you with questions.
Basically-
Odilon is not budging till he knows exactly what the hell's going on.
To make a long story short, we we met some people on the road who brought us into Twinkletown. We were told that these beasts called Frizzi-Nocs had killed the entire town. We later discovered that these were bandits, and they were the ones who wiped out the entire town, and the Frizzi-Nocs were supposed to keep the town safe and had killed off the majority of bandits. So, this dog here, and I will point to Oyster.
She's staring up at Jet, who's on top of one of the wagons, just looking down at Oyster like, I'm better than you. You know what I mean? Like a cat.
Right.
And Oyster's all like, oh my god, what is this? It's a cat. Oh, I'm so excited.
These Frizzi-Nocs are terrified of this dog.
Everybody looks at the dog. A few people are like, what?
So this dog will keep us safe as we travel through the woods.
Okay, I need persuade or charm to make that work.
I'll do charm.
Okay.
I'll do charm.
I'll take charm if you're just like, come on, we're all buddies here and that kind of thing.
Do I have 3 coins?
You do.
I'll give him a coin.
Because I
Fernando
rolled
has 3 coins.
I rolled a 55. I need a 52.
Yeah.
So I'll use my 3 coins.
Okay, yeah, you succeed.
No, I give him one of mine.
So it doesn't matter.
It don't matter, Sean. It don't matter, Sean. You might need it.
He's got his 3, and you guys. So, yeah. It takes a little convincing. Even Annyd is like, well, Annyd's not going to say anything. He doesn't probably. He's not,
probably just like, yeah.
He doesn't know. I'll throw this out as a player. He does not know if the dog's effective or not.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? He hasn't seen what Hutton saw. Hutton is questioned as the only one who has actually had eyewitness watch this murder machine kill Frizzies. Because you're the only one who's actually seen and terrorized the Frizzi-Nocs. So you're questioned about that. Isabella's questioned by some of the women who are in the caravan. There's a few teamsters who are women. There's not many. There's like one teamster who's a woman. There's a couple sellswords who are women, who are confirming the story from another woman, obviously.
Yeah, I tell them everything I know within.
So yeah, eventually, okay, yeah, Odilon's willing to move the caravan. You made the rolls.
Okay.
So they as quickly as it's going to take another hour to get all the yaks hooked up, get everything underway. They're nervously looking at the sun because by that time it's about 4 in the afternoon. So it's going to be cutting it very close to get there before nightfall. There's constant questions of how do we know what these Frizzi-Nocs, what do they sound like, what do they look like? You know, people are questioning you as the caravan gets underway. They want to know what these things look like.
I'll answer all their questions as best as I can.
Okay, and you guys all have like a lot of answers, like Frizzi-Nocs chirp. They make this weird chirping noise, blah blah blah. They look like little balls, blah blah blah. So they're
and we'll make sure to make it clear that if there's any criminals, or if anybody commits a crime within the city limits, just we'll warn them very strongly against that.
What? Like okay, so they get some details on what you think crimes are. Fern can actually tell them some of that. More specifically, is killing somebody, stealing, breaking something, vandalism. You know, breaking something that's somebody's property. And most of them are just like, okay, so just don't break the law.
Right.
That kind of thing. So yeah, okay. So they're pushing the axe really hard to try to get there before dark. Who's got low luck?
I think Isabella and I both are tied in this game.
What is your
45? Or maybe I'm the low. Okay. Then I guess
Fernando,
way lower.
Make me a luck check. They're pushing the axe way too hard, but they can still make it. You failed.
49.
It is dark. But 49?
Yeah.
There are some coins out.
Out of
45?
There's
4
coins, right?
Do you guys want to use coins? There are
I don't know
4 coins total between Loren and Isabella.
I don't care.
It's up to you.
That'd be
Use mine if you need them.
Isabella
I'll
says
let
yes.
mine go.
All right. So that gets you there before it actually gets dark. It's pretty late though. Everybody's super nervous. Um,
The sun's very
it is
low.
very low. I know the sun's down. I mean, it is like dusk. But you know, it's got to be
Okay.
really dark before the Frizzies turn to Frizzi-Nocs. Um, they managed to get the axe into the stables, and your zebra's in there. And they lock that place up.
And
Um,
well, I will lead them towards the tavern
yeah, okay.
then.
They
Can
there's
we? Can they all fit in the tavern? How many
the
people do we
they're
have
planning on
total?
making do. They want to be in this place before dark. Um, and so does Fern and Dalphin. Um, and as you guys get in the tavern, Fern's running to the back door to pull it closed. Dalphin actually runs upstairs. You hear shutters starting to slam up there. Everybody kind of gets in the spirit of things. You guys lock yourself in the tavern that night. And then you start hearing the chirping of the Frizzi-Nocs. But it's weird because when you hear it, then Oyster will bark, and then it stops for quite a while. Every time that happens, like
Is there some distant screams off, like further in the town?
no.
I'm just saying,
Mm-mm.
with the bandits in the cages, like we left the Frizzy farm wide open. Like, do these Frizzies like come up
They
to the
can't.
cages and start like sniffing and
You
chirping
also
at them?
left it all lit up,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
so
All
it's
right.
bright in there. It's like almost like electric light
And
bright. So
Yeah, all
if
right.
the
Yeah,
Frizzies
you're
can't
right.
get out of the cages, that means they probably also can't get in.
No, no,
Right.
I
Oh,
know,
yeah,
but I was thinking of just like the Frizzi-Nocs or whatever going up the cage. But Andy's right. Yeah, we left
yeah.
it completely
I
So
lit
see.
there's
up.
a big rush, terrified. People are scared to death. They can hear the Frizzies outside occasionally, but every time Oyster barks, the Frizzies are gone. Which is lending credence to your story that they're scared of Oyster. Um, um, all the shutters are locked inside and out. All the windows are closed tight. The night passes uneventfully. Yeah. So, Odal on the beef wants to buy that dog from you the next morning.
I I needed to pass through the woods.
Well, we're
Um,
leaving right now, aren't we? This morning? That's what Odalon says.
um,
So there's the issue of
these children.
yes, the children and
and the
a
bandits.
handful of bandits on the other end of town.
We could take him with us, tie him up,
Say
turn him
we're
over to
we're
May,
not
this. We don't
we're
have a.
not from here. We don't know what is
maybe
customary
one
law.
of them knows
Knows what?
Has
why
some
an
information.
individual by the name of Red Mask was after us.
Oh, all right. Well, it's still several days to
Yeah.
Zakarian. There's plenty of time to interrogate them. We can leave them there if you're willing to like press. Tell them there what happened. I'm sure they'll deal with them as bandits are dealt with.
Okay,
Okay.
They'll probably be hung.
Sounds good to me.
They wiped out this town.
Yeah.
You said.
that's what we, as far as we know,
Yeah.
yes.
A couple of the Teamsters are actually dragging the bodies out from the bottom of the stairs and chucking them out the back door of the
Oh
tavern
yeah,
because it was too
I
yeah.
was
late last
wondering about
night to
that.
deal with that. You know, it was dark,
Actually,
and
one of the
so
things that morning before we leave, I'm going to walk around the tavern talking into my rock
mhm.
to try to pinpoint any rocks that we haven't recovered.
We
You,
Well,
have
we
them back.
recover.
Fernando found
you
him.
don't find anything, Loren.
Okay.
But
You
we
suspect there's
already.
more rocks out there somewhere?
Well, like, are they all accounted for?
Yes, right now they're all accounted for. Isabella's and
Okay.
Fernando's, you found those two down in the basement. Each one was like in a
And
blanket.
Mr. Hazards is still with Mr. Hazard.
As far as you know, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um, they're gonna try to get out before noon.
Yeah.
Odal on the Beef wants to leave before noon. Can tie up. He sends some of his cell swords to tie these bandits up. Valrus has awoken. He is pretty groggy, but he actually got a hit point back because all he took were minor wounds.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I want one. Can I have one?
You cannot. We don't check for a week. Before
Yeah,
you,
'cause it's,
Uh,
gonna be it's a medicine check now on her.
huh?
Is
No,
it a
Find a
it's
medicine
it's
doctor.
it's she has to make a check to see if she gets points back.
Oh, okay.
There are potential bonuses if she
Well,
does like
After a week.
totally
okay. I
rest,
thought there
but
was.
you're not going
I
to have
thought
any
there was
time to.
something like if we put her in bed rest.
Yeah, you can't put her in bed rest unless you're going to stay here for a week.
Okay.
You
Not
can't.
even in the wagon.
There's no wagon. These are big
Don't they have a wagon?
caravan. These are big caravan type wagons filled with goods. There's no place for anybody to rest inside of them.
Yeah.
Um, so hold on. Let me
Damn.
get Valorous. He is
One
at
of these
one
caravans
hit
aren't
point.
carrying mattresses or whatever. No, I'm just messing around, dude.
Yeah, but it's full.
Would think there'd be somewhere to sleep, right?
Yeah, the
They just
ground
have bedrolls, I
at
guess.
night, and bed rest means you stay in bed all day every day. And
Yes.
a bumpy
That's
wagon with
all
no
you
shocks
do.
is not going to really help you. So yeah, Odilon wants to get through this forest very quickly. He's still nervous about the Frizzi-Nocs. Um,
Fernando is too. He's a little apprehensive, but I think he's probably gathered when we first walked into the woods, there was all this chirping following us. When we
yes, there
came
was
back towards the caravan, there was nothing.
nothing.
So
It was super quiet. It was a little eerie how quiet it was.
he's still a little apprehensive, but he's
Yeah.
like, you know what? This is better than hearing that chirping.
Yeah,
So
they get
he's probably able to put that together.
the Teamsters get the caravan set up, the yaks out, your zebras. You can load them back up, and
Okay.
you can head out of town along the same route with Oyster kind of running around the wagons or sitting on a wagon with somebody. Jet is, of course, imperious as far as Oyster goes. Oyster seems to really want to play with Jet. You noticed that in the tavern the night before. Oyster's all like, oh my God, what is this thing? And Jet was all like, come on, come on.
I'm too
you know,
good. I'm too good for you.
yes, exactly. It's a cat and a dog kind of thing that don't really know each other very well. Um, yeah, by the end of the day, by the end of day 48, you've passed through the Dark Forest of Gloon, out the other side. Fern and Dolphin are with you. Oyster's with you. Um, you'll be camping that night, as far as you can get from the forest before nightfall, basically, because Odilon doesn't want anything to do with it. Um,
Oh, I will say, as we're traveling through the rest of the forest,
hmm
no more talk that we're dreamers.
Oh, you're telling the other ones this?
Yes.
Yeah, that might
Good
be.
call.
That's a
Yeah.
Let's.
good plan.
So,
We need to start keeping a more of a low profile, apparently.
I agree.
let's do
Do that.
this. Yeah, it's another week
Pretend we're normal.
to Zakarian. It's another 7 days to Zakarian.
Wow.
We can just
It was a
Do we
week
know
to
if
get
it's all
here.
through the forest?
No, 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 no. You guys are out of the forest first day. It's only
yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's only 3 or 4 hours to get to the other side of this forest. Somebody who really moves could make it through in a day, but they'd have to really push. But going and stopping and then going the other half of the day is not terribly hard. And then you guys camp as far away as Odilon can get you guys from the forest before nightfall. He doesn't want to be near that place. Even though, again, on the way out, you don't hear any chirping like you heard on the way in. There's no creaking, no noise, nothing at all. And Fernando is glad to put it behind him. So it'll be another week to Zakarian, but we're at quarter till 10, so we're going to wrap up. As you guys see the abalone and mother of pearl walls of Zakarian in the distance, probably midday around day 55 of you guys being in the Dreamlands. You're passing through farmlands that seem to surround the city. You can see a big nothingness beyond it, which is your guess is that you were told it's on the sea. So it's
Yeah.
probably the sea past there. Um, as the caravan approaches, you didn't have any other problems. You didn't run into any other people. Your bandits have been kept. They've been basically tied up and had to manage with tied hands. So 7 days is gonna. Valorous has been healing up very, very nicely. Yes,
Oh,
he's there.
I will start to ask Valrus while we're walking then too. Like, why were they after us? What did the red mask want with us?
He's willing to answer questions if you are gonna let
I
him go.
I'm in no position to let you go. Like that's not up to me.
Then I cannot answer your questions, is what Valrus says.
All
But
right.
he's willing. If
Well,
you're willing
I mean,
to, if you're willing
I
to,
might be
if you're
willing.
willing
I
to
might be
let him,
willing to. I
yeah,
might be willing to put in a good word with for you
you need to be willing.
once we get to
You
Zakarian.
need to be willing to cut my bonds before we go to sleep one night, so that I can
Like I
get
said,
away.
I would be willing to give you a good word at Zakarian, saying that you were showing some remorse.
No, he's not.
Um.
That's not enough for him.
All right,
You need to
then
aid
you
his
can.
escape. He needs to be able to get
Yeah.
away for him to
Well,
answer
he's
any
not in a
questions.
position to be making demands like that.
They're going to hang me
So,
either way. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. So,
wow.
All right.
I can help you if you let me go. Otherwise,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
Then you
not
guys don't
willing
get
to
any information
barter.
from Valrus
I know.
because he's not going to
I
give
know.
it if he's just going to die at the end. It won't do him any good. So, fuck you guys, is basically his attitude. You know what I mean?
I got you. No, I got you.
Yeah. I
But
think we feel the
this
same
guy
way
was
towards
part
him,
of a party
honestly.
that wiped out an entire village, so I'm not gonna
No, that's
bargain
fine.
with him.
Either way's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
Good.
wants his life in exchange for giving you
Yeah.
information, and he's not going to.
Yeah.
And all three of you know this, so any of you can take him up on that if you decide to. If anybody does, let me know. Because he'll need to do that'll have to happen before Zakarian. But if nobody does, that's fine. And Annyd doesn't care, so he's not going to help him. So, all right.
I mean, I'm still pissed that Valor's poisoned us.
That's fine.
So I'm
These are all
not super
legitimate.
inclined to let him go.
These are all legitimate. I'm just giving you Valor's answers and what his attitude is. It's like,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
eats pound sand is basically his attitude if you're not going to help him.
Question.
So, hold on. We're not quite finished. Well, go ahead. Ask your question. Because I want to give you guys sanity and I want
It's
to
been
get.
a week already. Do I get any hit points, or how does that work again?
It has been a week. It takes you a week to get to Zakarian. We can go ahead and deal with that. Let's see what you have to roll. Fighting. I need healing. Firearms. Wounds and healing. Major wound recovery. All right. All right.
Yay.
I need a con roll from you at the end of that first week. We want to make this.
Oh, that's an 84. I assume.
Okay. All right. So a failure. No recovery takes place this week. That's all there is to it. So here's the thing.
I have to wait another week.
Yes.
To roll again.
Yes.
But
So
I
on
would
day
say
55.
We might see that she's not recovering,
Check.
and we can look for some help once we get to Zakarian.
Yes, that's possible too. Check.
Yeah. If
Isabella,
not help from a person, can I do bed rest possibly?
Well, here's the thing. Here's what it does. So if you have complete bed rest in a comfortable environment for a week, you get a bonus die on that. Okay. If you receive effective medical care, which means a doctor who does a successful medicine check, that gives you another bonus die. We're not going to say that you've been. If you are in a poor environment, you get a penalty die. Or the doctor fumbles his medicine, so rolls a critical fail.
Okay, and that doesn't require waiting a week if I just go find a doctor whenever?
No. You have to have a doctor care for you for a week to get that bonus die.
It gives you a bonus die.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can get up to 2 bonus dice here.
I've probably got some head trauma here.
There are 2 ways to remove a major wound. And first is if you roll an extreme success on your recovery, the con check. Second, anytime if your current hit points have recovered to half or more than half of your full hit points. I'm not going to mess around with this. You guys could try dreaming magic during this week. It's not convenient to do so. And if you guys want to keep under wraps that you're dreamers, you can't be going like, I heal you, I heal you. So
right.
You don't want to do it around these people, even though they know you're dreamers. They haven't actually seen any proof of it. So stories could say one thing as, oh, I saw him put his hand on her head and that bruise went away, blah, blah, blah. That's different. If you fumble your con check, Josie, then you either get a lasting injury, a complication, or a worsened condition is the result. So
Oh God.
potentially, being as hurt as badly as you could eventually just die. You know what I mean? Like, it's not likely. It's a role playing game, but it could happen. Um,
Okay.
so keep that in mind. If you get bed rest, you got a doctor looking after you for a week. It's potential that you're going to have enough bonus dice that you're probably going to make the rolls and start recovering. When you make
Well,
the
that's going to
roll,
be my first goal when we get to
right?
town.
When you make the roll,
Doctor.
you can you get 1d3 hit points back, and then you get rid of that major wound once you're up to at least half of your hit points, your original hit points. Okay. All right. Sanity rewards. Let's do
We
this
all remember
first. Seeing the bandits brought to justice, which you've done, they're either dead or they are on their way to a court that's probably going to hang them. Um, everybody gets a six-sided die. Added one six-sided die to your um,
Please roll
that.
high.
Sanity.
to sanity. Thank you. I'm trying to read the next one.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, everybody get that? Yeah, get it and record it.
Oh my God, I got a six.
All right,
Yay!
fantastic. You guys have the opportunity here to get quite a few points. You have not done the second one yet, but that's something that could happen. I'm going to put a star by it. Learn the Frizzi-Nocs and Frizzies are terrified of dogs. So that's another D4.
Oh, all right.
That's kind of big. It's important.
I need it.
Damn, this.
And
Four.
I got another deuce.
Let's see. This is another one that you guys could
And
still do.
this is all sanity, right?
Yes, this is all sanity. Yeah, that's it, actually. There's a couple other things that you could do that could give you more sanity back, but I'm not going to say what it is yet. And everybody can level up.
Hey.
So, if you and remember, you
Forget
have to
how to.
roll. That's okay. You want to roll your percentile dice
Actually,
higher than your current skill.
Right. You want
If
to
you do
fail
so,
the skill check.
Yes. If you do so, then you add 1d10 to that skill. So, Josie, are you still there? Josie? We can't
Okay.
hear. Oh, there you. I hear
There
you
you
now. You're frozen.
And then
So, like, what skill are you rolling against, Josie?
all right, I didn't. You cut out.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
No,
You're breaking up off and on.
Wow. Do I get bonus for rolling a 99?
No.
All
Hold
right.
on. I'm going to send her a
Cheat.
message. Yeah, we're having
I
some
think-
difficulties with you right now. Oh, she just
Yeah.
dropped out. So.
Oh, nice. It doesn't matter.
So
I
she
rolled a
goes-
10.
Ha.
That was for my listen check going up.
Can you hear us now? I see you. Can you hear us?
Oh, I didn't.
hello.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. You want to roll high. You want to roll over the skill. If you do so, then you roll and add. You roll your 10-sided die and add 1d10 points to that skill. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you have a skill at
Okay.
50%, if you roll 51 or higher, that means it's going to go up. Then erase the check mark next to the skill.
Right. And including dreaming, right?
Yes.
Yes,
it's
including
chat.
Dreamling if you did it successfully, including Dream Lore if you did it successfully.
There's no way I could beat Dreamlord.
Right.
Nope.
No dream lore.
That doesn't
I got
go
it.
up any.
Another
Okay.
7. Nice.
Oh
Success.
my God, I am
On-
crapping out.
Are you rolling over these numbers, Josie?
I'm.
Remember, you want to fail. You want to roll higher than your skill for it to get better.
Damn it.
Sean doesn't get any more dreaming.
No, like literally. Yeah, yes, exactly.
Did you succeeded your dreaming roll?
My dreaming is a 16. I rolled 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks.
A lot of my stuff that I had no ranks in,
Mhm.
like I just
You rolled low.
let's go for it. Let's do it. I didn't upgrade them. I
I'm sorry. That sucks.
was like, you motherfuckers.
Like last time.
These things happen sometimes.
Oh, you just. Oh,
I mean, my spot hidden didn't go up, but it's already a 73. So I mean, there's
Mhm.
It's pretty high.
Right.
My psychology went up. I don't know if I want my psychology to go up. I like my guy being trusting.
My
You can still
psychology
be
did not
trusting.
go up.
I
It
know.
makes
If
me
you as a
mad.
player believe what somebody's telling you, don't make a
Yeah.
psychology check. Just be like, yeah, I'm trusting. This guy's telling
I
the
mean,
truth. And only when
my
you're like really doubting or like, I don't. This guy has lied to me before. Maybe I should. Maybe I should
Right.
try to
I
see.
Yeah.
really feel like my fighting brawl should have gone up at least one because I knocked a motherfucker out.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
got lucky. You got lucky. You know you
You
got
did
lucky.
get pretty lucky, though.
Oh no,
You
he understands that, but he's also an extremely lucky individual.
You guys used all your coins up, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That doesn't often happen.
No, but yeah, the dream magic not going up any kind of pissed me off.
Oh, yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mine
Hey,
went up.
it just.
I
I like
kind of had
this.
the opposite of you, Sean. Sorry.
Oh,
The only thing that didn't go up for me was my spot hidden, which is already
Okay.
all right. So
that's where we'll continue next time we play.
Yeah.
You've reached the carrion. You will enter the city that day. Josie, can you still hear me?
she
So-
might
Yep.
be able
Oh, there
to
she
say
is. She's
she
having
might
some
be able to
internet
hear you.
troubles.
I'm
It
still
just might be delayed.
You're still
right
rolling?
now.
Okay, that's fine. I trust you. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think we're gonna wrap up. Is anybody watching? Somebody's watching. Hey, thanks for watching. And we might play next week. I need to check schedules with you guys, but Zakarian isn't gonna necessarily be as terrible as everything you've just faced. Um, you still have Annyd, Fern, Dolphin, and Oyster in as companions at the moment, as well the whole caravan. But
Hooray!
hooray! So you got to figure out what to do about all of them, and whether they're going to stay with you and what you're going to
Oh.
do next. But you're ending Zakarian, the city of
I got
sages.
all of them.
So
Oh yeah, that's right. Fernando's like, oh yeah, we're at the city of sages.
city of sages. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to y'all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Say
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
I can't get the button.